Go super bright.
All right, and we're live here at the Station of Decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neil.
That would make me terrible, Troy.
I'm Treacherous Trista.
We have the fine people here of Teacher Shortage. We have Brinke Stevens.
And
Debra Lamb will be here shortly. We have Chris Jehnert. Oh, she's here, Debra Lamb.
I popped in when you weren't looking.
All right, perfect timing, perfect timing. Chris Jehnert. I hope I said your last name correctly.
That is perfect. That is correct.
All right, very good. Samantha Marie.
Wow.
David E. McMahon.
Hi.
We're popping around here. Derek Huey, cinematographer.
Yeah.
And the director and editor. I'm sorry, I don't want to.
And producer.
I don't want to leave out any credits. Yes, many credits. A man of many credits. And director Troy Escamilla. Or is it Escamilla?
Escamilla is good.
Escamilla.
Yeah, you got to give it that flair.
Very good. Good to have you guys here. And Teacher Shortage is currently on Amazon Prime.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, everyone. You guys should. You probably should have checked it out before the show.
Kidding.
Good idea. Yeah. We'll fill you in, Chris, what the movie's about. Maybe you'll be interested in checking it out. Then. Troy, can you give us a quick idea what Teacher Shortage is about for people who aren't aware yet?
Yeah, absolutely. It is it's a slasher flick, and it deals with a group of English teachers at Prescott High School who are being stalked by a masked killer for some reason or other. I guess you'd have to watch the film to know why, but yeah, that's basically it. It's a little bit of a twist on the traditional slasher genre, because instead of, the high school students being the victims in this film, it's the teachers.
So when did the idea come about? When was this is something I'd like to write and create?
I'm actually a teacher.
Okay.
Boy.
So something to think about for a while.
Yeah, I'm actually an English teacher. Well, not right now. I was an English teacher. I work at a high school. I'm a librarian now. But the idea for Teacher Shortage has been floating around in my mind for a long time. Just because, I like the idea of it being the teachers that are being the ones that are being stalked. And I also, because I've been in education for so long, I also kind of wanted to embed kind of a commentary on the state of education into the film. A lot of the dialogue that you hear in the movie is literally stuff that I've heard from department meetings or out of teachers' mouths. So when I decided to write, when I decided what I was going to do for my third film, this one definitely was, like I said, the seed of this idea of the seed has been in my mind for a long time. So I just, yeah.
Derek, the man of many the hats here in the film. How did you get involved? Were you and Troy friends before?
Yeah, I produced, shot, and edited his last film, Stirring, and then I shot and edited his first film, Party Night. So we've been working together for about a good, 6 years, 5 years now?
Yeah, because we shot Party Night in 2016.
I thought it was 15.
No, 16. Yeah, it came in 2016. Yeah, it's been.
I know it took forever for it to get distributed, though.
Yeah.
How did the partnership come about originally?
We met online, and then I'm like, give me money, and we met at the bar, and he gave me money, and then we started working together.
It's always a good way to get together. Yeah.
Same with me.
Same with me. That's how we met.
It's very romantic. Yeah.
But for Party Night, he was looking for a cinematographer. He is the guy who was gonna shoot it. No offense to him, but he was horrible, and Troy knew it. so
Why don't you drop his name? Go ahead, just
full name.
Hopefully he's not watching.
Yeah, sure. He wants nothing to do with us now. But so I just came through, and I'm like, here's some short films I've made. Check it out. And then he's like, well, it's between you and this other guy. I looked at the other guy's stuff. It was okay, but I was like, it's garbage. Don't hire that guy. This dude's way better. Trust me.
That's you mean you.
Yeah. This dude isn't talking.
Brink, oh, go on. Sorry.
No, and I said it worked out. I mean, we've made 3 films together. They've turned out pretty good, I would say. They
I remember.
they progressively get better, which is a good thing, right?
No, we get.
Yeah, you don't want to start high and go down.
Yeah.
Brink, how did you get involved?
I had worked on Troy's previous movie, Stirring, also called Mrs. Claus. And I just had a great time. I was very impressed with Derek Huey's work as well, because he could visualize the shots in his head, being a photographer and an editor. So it went really smoothly. And I was delighted when Troy invited me to be in his 3rd movie. We did a fun little thing when he wrote the script. It's kind of an homage to Slumber Party Massacre, which was my very first movie in 1981, where in Slumber Party, my character forgets a book in her locker and has to go back and get it. And she's killed by a maniac who actually slices her on the arm. Mm-hmm. So we did a similar thing where I forget my keys and I have to go back and I get stalked.
We have people picked up on that? Do you know? That that's like an homage?
I don't. A few people have. Yeah, definitely. A few people have mentioned it. And actually, I sent Brie after I wrote the scene. I sent it to her and said, "Here, I wrote this scene. I said, I know it's not a huge part, but I think if you read it, you'll really get a kick out of it." And if she would have said no, honestly, I probably just would have not. I would have removed that scene, because it was just a huge wink to Slumber Party Massacre, and there was nobody else that could have done it except her. And since I worked with her previously, I just fingers crossed that she would do it. And yeah,
I think my fans will definitely get the idea.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Especially when I'm hiding in the bathroom stall and my arm is bleeding and I'm trying to mop the blood up with a Kleenex. It's so Slumber Party. So it was a wonderful homage.
That was fun.
Let's see. Debra, how did you get involved?
Oh, gosh. That's a good question. Let me think. Troy, do you know?
I stumped her already.
One day. She just kind of showed up on set.
Oh, okay.
I just showed up.
Yeah, no,
Hey, I said, hey, I heard there was a movie going on here. Can I be in it?
No, but I had done a lot of casting posts, and she responded to one. So I sent her the script and had her do a little video audition, and she sent it in. And I loved her interpretation of the character, because the character actually of Sue Steele is based on a department chair that I had, who is very high strung and just very what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting, unique, quirky. So I really
OCD-ish.
So I was happy that she, got that through the script and was able to bring that character to life.
Yeah, I remember reading the script and I loved the character, and I'm like, oh, this is so me. I've got to do this. So I'm really happy that Troy chose me to do the part, and to get to work with this cast. And Brink is fabulous, since we've been friends since way back when. And so that was fun. And I just really I enjoyed the film, and I'm very extremely pleased how it turned out. I love it, and I've gotten so much amazingly positive feedback from people who tell me how much they love it. I'm like, well, I'm so happy. But then, of course, on set, it was just the most fun you could possibly have, with a bunch of people on set.
You had so many lines that you had to memorize. I hardly had any dialogue. It was all action, but I was really proud of you when I was watching you that you were able to memorize all that stuff.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was
there was some. Yeah,
I worked on it.
I do want to mention along those lines, there is, because talk about being like a throwback to a slasher film, but it is a dialogue and character-driven movie for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which I think makes you, care about the characters then when something happens to them, if you get to know them a bit.
I love the scene in the car with Michael Tula and Kaylee Williams.
Yeah.
I love that back and forth with those two in the car. That's one of my favorite scenes, is when, you know, they're drinking in the car and they have this banter. I love that scene.
Sure, Deborah, that's your favorite scene.
What? That's my favorite scene.
Yeah, they were very. They're very natural. They really had
Yeah, they were great.
rapport together, and you know, very believable. I love that scene too.
My favorite scene is when I go get the lasagna.
I've
That
heard
damn lasagna.
everyone's talking about the lasagna.
I still
Is
can't
there
eat
more of a?
lasagna.
Is there some kind of story behind
There
the
was like a
lasagna?
fight on set of what it should be. They were like, fucking panini, fucking spaghetti. Just change it to fucking lasagna. It doesn't matter.
No, she kept saying, she's like, she would never serve spaghetti.
Yeah, Sue Steele would not serve spaghetti.
No,
So we
and I
came up
said
with the.
spaghetti just for the scene.
But the funny part is that first I bring this salad, you know, because there's dialogue among the people at the table, and so I bring the salad, and I'm like, here, and there's no plates. And then
Couldn't afford
and
those.
then so then my line is, okay, I'm gonna go get the lasagna, you know, I'll be right back. So in one of the takes I said, I don't know, for some reason I felt like Sue would be extremely excited about the lasagna. And I'm gonna get the lasagna. I don't know why Troy didn't use that one.
I remember while editing, I saw it and was like,
Oh my God.
No, but it's good for a laugh now.
Yeah.
There's
I've
a-
known
there's
David
a
for
lot of
go on,
lines.
sorry.
Huh?
I was gonna say I've known David for a while online, and when he popped up in the movie, I was like, I don't think he's quite as old as he looks in the movie. So he gets the
He is.
his hair
Because, you know,
gray and the beard gray.
I'm at that age, Neil, where nobody wants 40-somethings in a movie, so I had to convince Troy I could be 50-something. So
Yeah,
a little hard
put
living for a
gray.
couple of months.
Yeah, no,
if you're
it totally
ever
worked.
changing
Yeah.
hair,
You know.
it's great, it's super great some scenes, and then it's kind of gray other scenes, and it's just normal on other scenes.
Well, you really put
Roger
this
was good
together.
at doing the back of my head, so he always made sure the gray was even.
Right.
Your
Well,
acting was superb. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
played like the perfect asshole, and I mean, I know it was a stretch for you.
Well, see, I hate to tell people that really wasn't acting, so it's kind of worked out fine. So.
You were the funniest guy to work with, though. Funniest to edit, funniest to shoot.
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna say he really added a lot of comic relief, I thought, to the movie.
Oh, thank
David.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I liked his ad libs that he came up with in the dinner scene when he's leaving the table and he's just basically telling everybody to fuck off, and it was great.
Is that
Yeah.
before or after you slapped me about 105
I was just gonna say the slap.
That
Was
was
this
that
part-
was when
was
we were
this
getting
a-
ready to leave.
Was
I
this a
slapped
scene
you.
in the movie, or
It's in the movie, right? Yeah, it's in
it's
there.
in
The
there,
slap.
yeah.
She started out very gentle, and she's like, "Do you mind if I go a little harder?" I'm like, "No." And by the time we got to like 30, it was. There was some
He
teeth
took it
shaking.
like a man.
Yeah, he took it like a
very good?
So.
Chris, how did you get involved?
I had seen Troy's previous work through essentially networking through the independent film scene, and I was super impressed with him and Derek's work. So I reached out one day and was like, "Hey, I'm an actor, and I would love to, send you my materials. So if anything pops up that I might fit, maybe I could audition for you sometime." And it turned out at that exact time he was casting this, and reached back out and was like, "Actually, could you read for this role?" And so I sent in my audition tape, and the rest is history.
Look at that.
And Chris, I have to say, you were so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love you. I love you in this so much.
He was the easiest to edit, actually. His continuity was always the same. His acting was always on point. So when it was an angle on him, I'm like, I didn't even have to like really watch every take. It's like, well, I know everything. He fucking nails it.
I
So-
appreciate that. I was also really excited because during the filming, the more I talked to Troy, the more we were kind of realizing like my character is kind of in homage to Troy and his real experience as a teacher and a person, I guess.
Yeah,
And so
Troy, you also
I
made
felt
out with the principal.
oh, spoiler.
Troy, is there something you want to tell us?
God forbid who's watching this. I don't know.
That's so right.
I was going to ask, has any of your former or current coworkers seen the movie? Because you said some of them
They
were based on
actually
different
have.
people.
Yeah, they actually have. And they got a big kick out of it. So yeah, a couple of the teachers in my school are definitely fans. So that's kind of neat.
Have the kids seen it? Have your past students seen it?
I'm not sure. I try not to engage students about my films because of the content of them.
Right.
A lot of them find it out, just by my name. I mean, if you look at my name if you Google my name, the first thing that's going to come up is all the films. So,
yeah.
And I know a couple of the teachers have told some of the students, "Oh, do you know the librarian is a filmmaker and has
librarian."
The librarian is making horror movies. Have you watched
coolest
them?
librarian ever?
So a few of the students have said they've have watched them and stuff, but like I said, I try not to promote it with the students as much as I would like with the staff, just because, like I said, you have, like, for example, like Mrs. Claus, the last thing I want to do is like tell my students, "Oh my God, go watch Mrs. Claus," and the first 5 minutes is a woman shoving a dildo, being forced to shove a dildo. So
Right.
probably not a good.
Poor Mel. Mel keeps getting it in your films.
Yeah.
Samantha, how did you get involved? Now a purple-headed Samantha.
Yeah,
formerly redhead.
I'm going through the rainbow till I get back to red.
Okay.
Let's see. I was working on another movie, Supernatural Assassins, and I was talking online to the director, and Derek being Derek, my first interaction with Derek was he made fun of this guy on Facebook, and I thought it was funny. So I was like, laugh out loud, and then he befriended me, and
You sent me a friend request.
well, whatever. Then we got married. But no, he mentioned teacher shortage, and I auditioned, and then I got the part. I got the part before we had sex, so FYI.
Oh, good. I'm glad you cleared that up.
That was my next
That was
question.
just a perk.
Trisha, do you have a question?
Samantha,
Go on,
by
sorry.
the way, was awesome. Samantha, I
Oh,
love
yeah.
your character. You're
Thank
on
you.
fleek, girl. You're on fleek,
Girl. I think that's actually how I talk in real life. I've discovered, so I'm trying to like cut back. But no, so I wanted to go back to Chris real quick, because Chris, like, your like chemistry with Roger. I know Roger isn't on, but it was when he was editing the scenes, I literally was like a schoolgirl watching it, like.
I was just thinking about like you being there's that whole scene where we like make out, and it was a very small room.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Sam just happened to be in the room with us during that day.
Like
And
this.
she was like, do it again. And
I have a picture of her, and she's like so happy.
But thank you, I appreciate that.
I actually really like the scene with you and Roger where you're talking about in the bar that you can't go public with your relationship, and I thought it was real subtle because in the back on the mirror there's a Trump sticker and and like a rebel flag.
Yeah.
I thought it was like showing like
not
this is why
notice
they can't, because this is where they live.
Yeah.
The area where they live.
Unintentional. That's the actual bar.
Oh really?
That was the actual bar's.
I
aesthetic.
remember.
Yeah,
while
I thought it
filming
was good filmmaking, but yeah.
While filming it, I saw that in the background, and I think everybody else, like even Chris and everybody else, was like, "Yes, this is hilarious." So it's like you have the most anti-gay people up in the background, and here you have just two going at it.
I love the bar scene. I thought that added so much production value. It was a beautiful location.
Yeah.
And Julianne is always wonderful.
I completely agree with you. In fact, that's one of my favorite scenes too. And Julianne kills it. It's not the biggest part, but she just does it so perfectly. And same with you, Brink. Your role,
Yeah.
the scene where you're talking to that mother, and she says, "I hope you're not texting," and that look you give her is priceless. You just give her this look.
Thank you so much. My character is first introduced in this parent-teacher kind of conference where her son has gotten a D on a paper, and she wants me to change his grade, and I want him to, knuckle down and study harder. And then I get stalked, which was really fun. We were in this actual school after hours, and I got to run up and down the corridors and up and down the staircase and, be terrified, which I've done in a number of movies. I've gotten kind of good at running and screaming.
What was that the school you worked at, Troy?
No. It's actually a community college here in the Houston area.
And you got it for an insanely cheap rate, because usually schools are like what, $500 a day, and this was like, oh, we'll just, what was it, like $250 for the whole entire week of using it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those students you got, Troy, they were so amazing in the opening scene.
Oh, that actually, funny story behind that. That almost didn't happen. If it wasn't for somebody I got involved, Joe Grisafi, he actually works for a casting website, and he got all the extras. He got because at first we only had what, like 4 to 5 people, and we're like, fuck, this is gonna suck. It's gonna be a school with nobody there. And then Joe worked his magic. We had a full goddamn classroom of people.
Joe Grisafi, he plays the he's the one that plays the teacher at the beginning of the film, who passes out the yearbooks. He's a big, he's pretty well known here in the Houston area. So it was really a blessing to get him involved, because without him, I don't know, we probably wouldn't have had. It would have probably been like party night, where you have like a bunch of 60-year-olds sitting in the classroom.
Yeah. It's because I worked on with Joe Grisafi, I worked on Conjoined, and that's where we first met. So every film I jump on, I try and recommend him. Like Party Night, at the end of the film, his voice is the DJ at the end of Party Night. So I was able to get him somehow into Party Night, not in Stirring, sadly. Maybe in the future.
Tristan, do you have a question for anyone?
Yeah, I sure do. So Derek, since you're the editor and the DP, I was wondering if you edit while you shoot.
On Mrs. Claus I did. On this one, I didn't, but we did watch everything just to make sure I could edit everything together. But as an editor, I just know what works when I'm behind the camera. So usually there's no need for reshoots. Also, it's not in the budget, so that we can't do it anyway. So on Mrs. Claus, I edit as I shoot, but it's really hard when you do like a long day of shooting. Then you go into your little cave and start editing. This one, I decided to hang out with the cast members more and party more, especially with Deborah.
Yeah, before we went live, Deborah, there was a lot of talk about you and tequila.
Me and Derek and Deborah, we partied a bit. We got some stories.
I'll tell you, me and Kaylee slept.
Yeah. They started it. Just for the record, it's all Samantha and Derek's fault.
No. We were trying to sleep. We were going to bed.
We came out.
Knock.
No, for us, literally, we came out one time to get a sandwich.
To get a sandwich.
Because we wanted food, and then Deborah was like, she's like, hey guys, let's have a little, and then like a whole bottle of tequila later.
And somebody got teabagged that night.
It was and David, David's not innocent in this either, you guys.
I was just trying to sleep. I had the shitty location of being in the living room. So everybody drinking was right on the other side of the wall.
Poor David. You got drugged into the shenanigans.
Somebody did literally get teabagged though.
And the teabagging, yeah.
Was that Roger?
And David was just laughing the whole time while we held the teabag above. It was Roger.
An actual teabag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should clarify.
I was a little worried here for a minute. Yeah.
We
was it a cucumber?
Actual
teabag, literal teabag.
Yeah. We took a cucumber and we tied two tea bags to it, so it looked like a dick and balls.
In our
I got
defense,
it.
I had told Roger ahead of time that, the first time you fall asleep, you're going to get teabagged.
Also,
So,
in our defense, we were drunk.
this is true.
We
Because
were-
of Deborah. All because of Deborah.
Yeah, we actually we just had a few shots of vodka. We were making a sandwich. After that sandwich, we were gonna fall asleep. And Deborah just here.
I
I'm
tiptoed out.
precious.
I'm like, hey guys, you want a shot? Don't tell Troy. We'll be quiet. We'll be really quiet. And then an hour later, we're teabagging David.
I have to say, it was.
Wait, no.
No, we didn't. David was in on
Roger.
it. We teabagged
Oh,
Roger.
that's right. David was in on it.
I was just in the photo in the background. I was
It was
right.
the most professional
Yeah.
set, and also though at the same time it was the most fun I've ever been on a set.
Oh well, whenever
Yeah.
we get to filming, we're
Yeah, it
we're
was-
super
yeah.
professional. We don't teabag each
Mhm.
other. We don't even make lewd jokes.
Mhm.
We get to business. We get it done, and we have a really good flowing set. There's not
Yeah,
much
let's
messing
just
around.
make that clear. We were totally 100% professionals during the shooting hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would say,
yes, sir, ma'am.
to piggyback on the question at the beginning, my favorite thing about Derek and shooting with Derek is that he kind of shoots as if he's already kind of editing in his mind. So we usually get
Yeah.
the scenes in the process of, I think, how it's going to edit. So the day flows extremely smooth and quick because we're not wasting any time. Honestly, it's kind of weird because you're not getting over coverage, but like at the same time, he already knows what he's going to do. So it kind of makes the day so smooth.
Also, we didn't have crew for half the film. It was just me. If we would have had crew, we might have had a bit more like, dolly shots, jib shots. But, whenever I lost my crew members because they were too sleepy, we got rid of them, sadly, because they, it's understandable. We were filming from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So
Yeah.
then one day where I needed them, they were all sleeping. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it all myself. And that's sort of what happened, sadly. So in the middle of the film, towards the end of shooting, it just became like just me behind the camera, moving lights, doing audio also at the same time. It was a bit insane. So you had to think of how to get it done without wasting everybody's time and getting enough to edit.
But what was really cool about that was Derek came up with some really cool, just original shots, just off the cuff that he'd be looking at a scene and be like, oh, okay, let's do it like this. And very good.
I was going to comment on the lighting. When we had the kills and the lighting was red.
That's something I put in my notes. I like that too, where it's almost
thank
comic
you.
booky, the lighting
It was,
for the kills. Yeah.
Yellow.
I
Yeah,
came
yeah.
up with the idea because I was watching a lot of Dario Argento at the time and a lot of Italian horror films. And I always wanted to do lighting like that, but I never knew how I could incorporate it in a film. So,
That's my child.
so what I did was I thought if it's through the killer's perspective, then it would make sense and people won't question it. So I can go super far with it and make it look insane. So that's why whenever the killer finally dies, we had the red thing and then we take it away where it's gone. Or when the killer shows up, it just immediately turns super red and super fun.
It was really
Spoiler alert. Yeah. John Wood here in the chat room says the film was great. He got to see it because he was one of the backers. I have a question for the class. You guys already talked about you having fun, but what was your favorite? Each of you guys, what was your favorite moment making the movie?
One of my favorite things was I get stabbed in the mouth with a sharp pointed ruler, and they actually built a head, to mimic me with a wig on it and everything. So I was really flattered that they'd gone to the trouble to make a head for me.
Yeah.
I made a lot of respectful jokes about that, Brink. Respectful, of course.
What did you say?
I was like, it's probably not the first time she's taken 8 inches.
Oh, you bad girl.
I didn't know there was a fake head in there. So the editing was excellent because I thought that was
Did you
you
think
the
they really
whole time.
stabbed her? No.
She's method.
Everybody had fake head. She had a fake head.
I had a
Roger
fake
head.
porn head.
Oh yeah.
Mine had blowjob mouth. I don't know why. Troy, why?
You really have to ask.
It's true. You didn't know me though at that point.
Helicopter titties.
I
was
saw
probably my
that come
favorite
up on the Facebook somewhere. Helicopter titties. I don't know. What
Yeah,
they-
that was okay. So I'll tell that story because
Alright.
it was funny. The scene with Kaylee and Michael in the car when she's giving when she's giving him a
Chris is
blowjob or whatever. And Chris's character Ryan comes out of the house. I kind of was like, you know what? I want to really get a, he sees them. He kind of knows what they're doing. I want to get a really good reaction. And Derek
Oh
was,
yeah.
and Samantha was out there, and I honestly was kind of joking. And I said, hey Samantha, look, when Chris comes out, so we can get a good reaction, show me your titties.
We were super professional, by the way. We are super professional.
Meanwhile, I'm
Sorry,
coming
kids, if
out
you're
to be
watching.
shocked, and I look over, and what do I see? But set example here.
See, I have the ability to take something sexy, right? Boobs. And then I make it unsexy because then I proceeded to do helicopter titties. And then I go in, and my favorite part is Debra is I said what happened, and Debra was like, oh, I wanted to show my boobs.
That was a big
Are
theme
you
of
sure
last
I
time we had
said
Deborah
that?
on. Yeah.
Or did I say that, or did I see I want to see your boobs?
No, you wanted to join. You wanted to do it with me.
Oh, that's right. I wanted to join in. I said, yeah, let's go.
So the helicopter titties is the actual take we used.
Yeah. So
Like they
that
battle.
means I'm just willing to go above and beyond to help my cat.
Much appreciated. Very much appreciated.
That was
Uh,
Troy, you looked a little bit too long.
I was
just filming like, God damn it, I'm missing helicopter titties.
I'm bummed.
And now you've got them at any time.
Right.
I miss the helicopter titties.
I know, you should have been up there. We need to do
Lee Clay. Go on,
a
sorry.
Where y'all are all zombies.
Nobody really does.
Lee Claypool wants to know, Troy, what special features can we expect on the Teacher Shortage DVD?
Who asked that?
Actually, John asked that, but Lee Claypool's also here. So.
I'm not sure because the DVD comes out on October 27th from the distributor. I don't know what they will put on it. The Kickstarter backer DVDs, I have special features. There's the trailer of the film and then some videos. That we had an original song that was written and produced for the film that plays over the end credits. Yeah. So there's all kinds of like 50 remixes of that song. They're all on YouTube. There's a YouTube channel called Teacher Shortage, and it's like 50 remixes of the Teacher Shortage song. So you have your playlist for your workout tomorrow morning.
I'm a big fan of the Teacher Shortage song, by the way. I always like that in like 80s movies where they have like a very specific song to the and it's not a song that you would think of for horror at all. Like it's like a pop song, but they're talking about the movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
The song. Who did that, by the way? Who did the song? Who wrote the song?
I know on Facebook his name's Sammy Brown. I know he goes by something else, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, he did the theme song for Clownado, the movie Clownado.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
That's a Todd Sheets movie, I believe.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So, and he's doing the song for Todd Sheets' next film too, which I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, cool.
Something about the phone. Don't answer the phone.
Yeah, what is it? Final Call or something?
Final Call. Yeah. So he's very supportive of all these indie films because he just does these songs. He doesn't really, he just likes the experience of doing it. Like he doesn't charge or anything like that. I don't think so.
Wow.
Oh, very cool. When Brink mentioned her death scene, and I know it kind of spoiled it, but maybe she doesn't die. She just gets a ruler through the head. Who knows? Maybe she's okay in the movie. But I like
it's a stalker movie. Everybody dies.
I like that there was a ruler, and I like that at the beginning of the movie, about the first half, there's a lot of school supplies that are used as murder weapons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you
yeah.
know what? Originally, I'm sorry, Brink, I'll let you finish. But originally, I really wanted the film to be like all set in a school. Like the original like screenplay when I was writing it, it all took place in a school, and it was like after hours, and all the teachers were there for like a staff development, and they were getting inside the school. So then every death then was school, you know, supply or school related. Like I had like a flagpole, someone got a flagpole, you know, all these different. But you know, when that was before I really knew anything about like budgeting. So once I realized that, oh gosh, you know how much it would cost to film a film entirely in a school, I kind of had to backtrack and make it, you know, fit the budget. But ideally, I really wanted the film to take place in a school, all in a school. Which there's another slasher film that's doing that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Teacher Shortage 2.
Frank, were you gonna
Great
say
value.
something?
I was just going to say that sometimes some wonderful kismet kind of things happen where when I'm going out to the car and I've forgotten my keys, a school bus goes by. And it looks like we viewed the school bus, but we didn't. It was just perfect timing.
I noticed that and I was like, God, that was a lucky shot.
Yeah, so all the sound in that scene is straight up Foley. Like I created every single sound. A school bus driving by, where you hear all the kids in the background going, ah.
That's
Totally
great.
works.
Yeah, because we completely took the sound off because all you hear is nothing. So I just added birds chirping and, you know, all that stuff.
You did good.
Yeah.
Did good.
The first cut, I didn't do good. The sound of the school bus was like, and everybody jumped out their seats like, oh my God, what the hell is that? It's like, okay, let me turn that down a lot.
I remember it was so windy that day too. My hair was flying all over the place, and you probably were just hearing the wind in the microphone.
Yeah, and then I had that rig, which was like kept malfunctioning because my belly's too fat, so it kept hitting the camera and it kept messing it up.
Did Brinke or Samantha get to keep their heads?
Yeah, where are our heads?
I think they're selling it on eBay.
I don't know.
It's a private collection.
Troy has a special closet that he, you know, mentioned.
Right, you should have brought them. They could have like been a part of this.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm assuming Christy must still have them.
Shout out to Christy.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
Killed it.
The special effects artist, Christy Boole.
Yeah.
I mean, what an icon.
Yeah.
She did amazing. Fucking rock star.
Did you work with her before on your previous films?
No.
I've worked with her before. Troy hasn't worked with her before. But I think I recommended her, right? I was like, get these people. Get her. She's amazing. She does awesome stuff. She's worked on all these other films. And he heard of one of the films and he's like, oh, that film had really good special effects. So that's when we brought her on.
Yeah, Sweatshop. Yep.
Yeah, she was really cool too. She was just such a nice, sweet person. Super patient, really cool.
I remember she was worried that none of her special effects were working because I guess that's the way I film. She was like, "You sure that's good? Did you get enough? Is it okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, trust me, I edited it together. It'll look badass." And it did.
Yeah.
Chris, now are you a horror movie fan going into the film?
Yes. That's actually how I came across Troy's work. Is I'm just a huge horror movie buff in general. It's just like my go-to genre, and that's how I ended up in this like group with him. And then I came across his work, and it just was serendipitous that I just reached out at a good time. But especially the like 90s slasher films like Scream. I know you did last summer, but I grew up on like Poltergeist, Child's Play, that kind of stuff.
Oh, nice.
The original Poltergeist, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I just had to make sure.
I haven't seen the new one.
Don't. It's awful.
She made me see the remake, and she was like, "It's good." I watched it. I'm like, "This fucking sucks."
I forgot. Okay, it did suck.
I forgot.
I forgot.
I actually don't think it's a terrible movie, but it's nothing like the original.
I haven't
movie.
seen it.
And I
They
love
had
I
a
Sam
love
great
the
Rockwell.
original.
cast. Like the guy who played the dad, I fucking love that actor. But
Yeah, Sam
God
Rockwell's awesome.
damn it, was it not a good
Yeah.
film?
David, go on, Brink.
I wanted to give a shout out too to Ashley Laporta, who played the girl at the beginning. who was
Yes.
old. She was a young actress who really took it seriously.
She
She
did.
had her acting coach with her. And I just admired the dedication that she showed. It was a simple part that didn't have a lot of lines, but she wanted to get as much out of it as she could. And it was really a joy to watch her work and try to internalize everything.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she was really good. The acting coach was questioning my skills until I showed her my behind the camera reel, and then she like stopped. I was like, "That's right."
Yeah, she's really good at like bringing emotion without any kind of words. So.
Oh yeah, she didn't have one line of dialogue, but she like you could just tell what she was going through by her acting alone. She was great.
Brink, I would assume you get asked to be in a lot of horror movies. People would be fans of yours. How do you decide which ones you're going to do?
If they pay me.
Yeah.
Honest answer.
Show her the money.
I've been very fortunate. I've worked on a lot of great movies, and Texas seems to be a hotbed for filming activity. I did Strix this year in Dallas and Butcher's Bluff near Austin, and worked with Troy in Houston. So there seems to be an awful lot of good filmmakers coming out of Texas. I hope to do more work there.
Hey, Brink, I saw the trailer for Strix and I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We had fun, Deborah, didn't we, working on Disciples when you were in all that vampire makeup? Wow.
That was awesome. My favorite scene with you and me from Disciples is in the little bar area of Tom Lodwick's castle or half.
Yeah.
And you're saying your stuff that you're saying and you're calling me a slut or whatever. And I'm like jealous.
Yeah, we had fun on that one. That was great.
That was awesome. So awesome.
And you're directing your first movie, aren't you, Brink? With Joe Castro?
Yes, I already did Personal Demons. He gave me my directorial debut, and it should come out this year, hopefully before Christmas. And then this year I was supposed to direct 3 movies, a remake of Sorority Babes for Full Moon, and a movie I wrote called Tears of a Clown in Florida, and another movie in Florida called The Halloween Party. And of course, COVID hit, and all 3 of those jobs fell through. So it's just been a really tough year. I'm hoping next year is better, and I'll get to direct some more things.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Personal Demons and it's excellent. And you are so good, of course, because you're always sublime. And Linnea Quigley is so funny. And you guys, and the ending is so great. I love the ending so much. It's really good. So I can't wait for everyone to see it.
David, are you a horror movie fan? Because I know you do a lot of horror movies.
I am. Yeah, I'm not as diehard and knowledgeable as probably most of the people here, but
have to get rid of you.
I enjoy them. Mm-hmm. We during this quarantine, we have definitely started watching some really bad, like Amazon Prime indie horror films. It's become like a little passion. So it makes me feel better about my own acting. And yeah. So.
I was going to ask if there's any you want to mention, but probably not. That's probably not.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't. It's
Don't
such a
do it,
small
though,
world, and
they'll ask you to be in their next film, and then they'll watch this and be like,
never mind.
How about Samantha? Are you a horror movie fan?
Yeah, I grew up watching horror movies. In my baby book, my mom took me to see Nightmare on Elm Street at the drive-thru, and it's literally written in my baby book. So, I turned out fabulous.
Yeah.
My children.
I met you many times. That's how I started watching horror movies. Was in the drive-in with my mom.
Yeah, we passed it on to the girls. Like we have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they love horror movies as well.
Well, we sometimes question what we do. Like we watch Cannibal Holocaust. We were like, "Is this okay for the girls?" But they
Yeah, maybe that one's maybe a little questionable, but
Hey, my mom took me when I was a kid. I don't know how old I was, but I was before I was in my teens. I was probably 10 or 12 or something. She took me to go see Death Race 2000 and in the theater,
I'm a big fan
and
of the movie.
Piranha. I think I was 10, and the drive-in to see, you know, horror flick. So yeah, I have the same experience. And hey, I see nothing wrong with showing Cannibal Holocaust to a 6-year-old.
Our kids did lose it when they saw Evil Dead remake, though. Like, that was a bit too extreme for them. They were scared the entire time. They were like, oh my God. But I forgot how, like, intense that film was once it starts.
Yeah.
Doesn't
We're
like-
either raising like well-rounded people or sociopaths. We'll find out soon.
Maybe
Or
both.
well-rounded sociopaths.
Yeah.
I
They don't
have
be
to
mutually
say,
exclusive.
I have to say, one of the in the recent months of watching films, I have to give a shout out to Trista, because I'm a super big, huge fan of her film Echoes of Fear, which is on Amazon. You all got to watch Echoes of Fear. Trista is amazing in it, for one, and the directors, Brian and Lo, they did an amazing job on this film, and it is truly scary. This is, we all as actors, especially, doing a lot of,
We're adding it right now.
I just wrote it down.
we all do a lot of, we all do a lot of horror films, and so these horror films, they're not that scary. I mean, yes,
That's it.
This one literally had me jumping out of my seat. No lie. So you got to see it. And Trista is phenomenal.
Thank you, Deborah. Deborah always hijacks the show to embarrass me, but
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for the
great.
recommendation.
Yeah.
Basically that's how I met Trista, and she ended up being on the show. It was through Echoes of Fear. So.
Yeah. Great movie, and she's fantastic in it. Agreed.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
And now that you're on the spot, Trista, do you have a question?
Yeah, let me change the subject. So, thank you, Ken. Brinke, Deborah, I'm wondering how you guys met, how many times you've worked together.
We met back in the 80s.
Yeah, during the whole Scream Queen movement, when there were magazines like Femme Fatale and Scream Queen Illustrated, and a little magazine called Focus, and we were in all of them.
And Fangoria, although Fangoria I think is still around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of other ones. And Brinke and I were actually in a film that I didn't even know she was in until not even that long ago. Let's see, which one was it? For one, Mob Boss.
Yeah.
Mob. Because we weren't in the same scene, so I didn't even know she was in it because I never saw the damn thing.
It's always fun when you watch a movie and go, "Oh, that's Debra Lamb." We're in the same movie.
And then I found out you were in it. I'm like, damn, I got to see this movie. But we have worked together, and especially on Disciples was the big one that we worked a lot on together. We were in a lot of scenes together, so that was a great film to work on. I loved it.
And one thing that always set you apart back in the 80s was that you did the fire swallowing thing, right?
Yeah.
We watched a few of those videos.
Oh, did you? I can still
Do it.
Not right now. But I can still do it, although it would take a lot. Maybe on the next film, maybe I'll do it.
Okay.
Supernatural assassins, I'll do it.
I expect it.
Well, we'll try and get you on our upcoming film.
Well, you'll do what?
We'll get you on My Girlfriends.
Okay. I'll spit fire in your hair, and your hair could like go ablaze. And...
we were planning on having somebody fully on fire.
What's that?
We did plan on in our film to have somebody fully on fire. So.
It can be you, Deborah.
Well, I would be the one setting somebody on fire by spitting fire on them.
Hey guys, Deborah does 3 triple flips.
Yeah, okay. I'll go into training right now for those flips. I'll start working on it right now.
Brink had mentioned, things falling through this year, for obvious reasons. Did that have any effect on teacher shortage? Everything going on this year?
Only on its festival run.
Yeah.
The festival run was pretty much screwed up because of COVID. It got into a couple of festivals, which I'm grateful for. Got into Crimson and Days of the Dead, and it's Sin City Horror Fest. But they're all virtual now, so it's not really the same experience. One of the great things about a festival, your film being accepted to a festival, is attending and networking with other filmmakers. That's how I've met a lot of other filmmakers and made connections with them and actors, and is from attending festivals. So when it's virtual, it's not really the same thing. So I was really bummed because I felt like this was my best film, and I was really excited to travel the festival circuit with it. But
it sucked. It took us like a year to finish, or like a year and a half to finish, and then we can't even watch it with a live audience. Like every other film we've made, we were able to see other people's reactions, watch it with an audience. And this one, I still have to this day, still haven't seen it with anybody.
I haven't either, yeah.
And it sucks because it's like that's part of the fun, is seeing, just watching other people watch what you make.
Yeah, there were a few that around us that really close that accepted it, and I was excited, and I was like, oh, it's virtual.
Yeah.
But you still put it in, right? Even if it was virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about just the sadness of not being able to go.
Being there.
Yeah, I know.
Like fuck, I like when I completed this movie, it's like, yes, we did it. And like a week later, COVID just boom. And it's like, fuck. Like that destroyed our festival run. Like all the other films we worked together, huge festival run.
I know, I was gonna say Brink has a birthday coming up, and so she's got to.
I have to leave you. It was so great to see everybody.
I remembered I was going to
party in half an hour.
Wait, is it your birthday?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Here's to your birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. It's been really fun seeing you all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye.
Finally 21.
Now she can legally drink. Right. How about yourself, David? How has COVID affected you? And
you're gonna ask how old I was. What?
Oh yeah.
How has COVID? Well, a lot of things got shelved this year, but things are slowly starting to come back. So like it was 6 months of famine, but now actually as of next week, things are picking up. So I've got which is great, 3 projects in the course of 2 weeks over the next 2 weeks. So I'll be back on an airplane again, which I'm still scared to death about, but I'm going to do it. But yeah, it's finally seeming like things are trying to be normal. I mean, I'm dying to see what it's like to be on a set now. I've heard some people just talking about the precautions they're taking, but I'm sure it's going to be a different beast when we actually experience it ourselves. But crazy times, that's for sure.
I've worked on 2 films since in the last month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's been fine. I've been on the plane. People are fine. Everything's fine. Everybody's wearing masks,
Yep.
So it's been all good. I go to Ohio next week to work on another film, and yeah, I don't know about other people, but
I see Julie. Really, Julie is always traveling. Like if Julie hasn't gotten anything, then I'm going to be good. Yeah, Julie is always on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Gregory Lamberson says hello, Deborah. And he was asking if you were going to be doing the show from Ohio, working on his Western.
Who said what?
Gregory Lamberson.
Is he watching?
Well, he messaged me on Facebook. I don't know if he's watching or not, but I assume so, since he told me to say hello.
Well, wonderful. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about working on this film. It's a Western. It's directed by Timothy O'Hearn, and Gregory Lamberson wrote the script based on Timothy's short film. And so I'm going next week. They're already there shooting right now. And yeah, so I'm really, really super excited because doing a Western has been a really big dream of mine. Hey,
That's cool.
Samantha, what was that look that you gave Derek? You're like,
No, I'm just pouring. Not you, it's this.
I feel bad.
I haven't
Oh,
had
hey.
anything to. I haven't had anything to drink yet. So, cheers.
I
Cheers.
saw Derek had Tito's vodka. I kind of noticed what bottles he saw. What is Samantha drinking?
Okay, so I finished this, and now I'm on to this.
There wasn't much in this.
No, so
Or-
both
I
those
don't
are
drink.
tequila,
I
I
don't really
believe.
drink
Yeah.
that much. So cheers.
So you've got Samantha. You're drinking tequila. Derek, you're drinking vodka.
Yeah, he's got
What?
Tito's, I
We're
believe.
not together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, vodka, tequila.
And David, you've got beer.
I've got a peach apple cider.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
of
bad.
course,
I feel like we
Neil
haven't talked to Chris enough.
and
Chris.
Neil's substating. Neil's lost
No,
200
yeah, I've got
pounds.
a Poland Spring
good.
white peach ginger unsweetened seltzer.
He's
Hardcore
partying
stuff
super
here.
hard.
Yeah, you better calm down,
Yeah,
Neil.
we can't party enough as Neil. All right, cheers, Deborah.
Cheers, Deborah.
Cheers.
Here's Troy Jones, and Troy Escamilla. Everybody, just
The double Troys.
Cheers.
Double Troy's.
The Troy Eye.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's got like Dunkin' Donuts, I think, over here with Chris.
I have water.
Oh, all right.
Tap water
Good
in my
boy.
Dunkin' Donuts cup. This is kind of like us on set too. Like me and Kaylee were sleeping like through the night, and we were like under the covers all day while everyone was partying.
Very true.
We're boring.
No, we
let's see,
still had good times with the Chris.
Yeah.
There was tons of time. Well, the thing about Chris though, he's so like into.
I get very focused.
He's into his character. He even pays attention to other people's continuity. I remember like he'd basically be our continuity person. He's like, no, your drink was over here and it was this full. And we're like, okay, let's go with that. I mean, he's an amazing person to work with.
Yeah.
Love that.
For sure.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Was this your first time like as the lead in a movie?
Yeah. Yes and no. I've been a lead. I was a lead in a series that's on Amazon. But a series is, a little bit. It was my first like lead in like a feature length film. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like my first like real lead. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was my first lead in a horror film. But it's funny because like I played a plethora of different types of roles in these kind of movies. Like I've played literally somebody mentally disabled. I've played a womanizer. I played, Ryan is a very reserved, I'm sure it's not a spoiler anymore, but a reserved gay first year teacher. So like, it's like,
I didn't know this.
well, Ryan is, and yes, I am, but like, it was my first like lead in a horror film and in a feature film. Yes.
Well, you're very natural, Chris. You're one of like the most natural people I've ever worked with.
You're natural.
Hashtag gizzards.
What was it about Chris made him right for the role, do you think, Troy? Since it was brought up that it was kind of inspired by yourself.
Everything. I mean, I don't think that there was anybody that would have been able to play the role like he did. I mean, I literally, and Derek can attest to this. Okay, so when Chris sent his audition in, I watched it and I messaged Derek right away and I said, "Oh my God, this is our lead." And I sent it to Derek and right away he's like, "Dude, he's so good."
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
There was no, I mean, when I watched his audition, there was no question in my mind that was Ryan. I mean, he has the innocence, the everything about him and what he brought to the character was just spot on, because that's, the character of Ryan is what Chris did with it. That's what I envisioned.
Nobody could have asked for a better actor. He did perfect.
Oh,
I thought the
thank you.
casting was like excellent.
Superb.
I mean,
Yeah.
Deborah, like everybody was amazing.
Yeah, except for David.
Well, the rest of us had to sleep with Troy to get our parts. So I'm glad that Chris was able to get in with just an audition. That's pretty cool. I still walk funny.
Oh boy.
Oh, Mr. Curtis.
Samuel here in the chat, he says, Chris is simply amazing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I forget who it was. I think it might have been John earlier said Disciples was his introduction to Debra.
Oh, okay.
The film. Disciples. Did you have another question, Trista?
What you guys have, I know Debra mentioned she's been shooting, and I know that firsthand actually, but I'm wondering what you guys have been up to creatively or not creatively during these times when we're quarantined.
Who wants to start?
By the way, Trista, you look especially nice.
Thank you. Well, that is the best answer to that question.
No, you do. You look really good.
Thank you. Deborah's hitting on me live. Thank you.
Let's see. I mean, it's been an interesting year, and everyone keeps asking me about like, oh, what are you doing next? What are you doing next? You should have, And I honestly, I don't know about other people. This might just be me. I have been extreme. You would think because I've been basically working from home since March. So ideally, I should have all the time in the world. Yeah. However, I have just been extremely unmotivated. I just can't get into the zone to do anything creatively. I have a script that I've been working on for like almost a year and a half that it's almost done. But when I sit down and open it up to try to work on it, I just can't do it. And I just think it's, just what's going on in the world. My mind's preoccupied. But this past week, I've been chugging along on a script that will very, very likely probably be my next film. And it's a sequel to one of my first two films. Hint, hint.
If you need a cinematographer, I know a dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
we're losing Deborah's
Deborah.
beautiful voice.
What? You can't hear me?
Deborah,
I can hear
it sounds
you.
like you're talking through a tin can or whatever.
Why is that your tin can thing?
I don't know. I just realized that I did this. I was like, no.
That's not a tin
can.
Tin can.
Well, Troy said what he's up to. Chris, what have you been up to?
Well, for those who don't know me outside of the film, I'm also a musician, and I tour the world with like a boy band concert and my own music. So
Really?
yeah, everything's kind of I've been very lucky that during this whole thing, all of my projects, I have 3 upcoming films and my tour dates, they've all been postponed as opposed to canceled. So they are still happening. It's just a matter of like the timing of it. As for what I've been doing, I've been working a lot on my EP, writing a lot of music while I'm home. And I live in New York City, but I left when this started going down to visit my parents. And unfortunately, my grandfather passed while I was down here, but it's been like good that I was down here. So I've been spending a lot of time with them. I didn't spend very much time with my family growing up, and this is actually the most time I've ever spent with my parents. So I've just been kind of using that to hang out with the family and write a little bit. And I've been trying to get in shape. I have a sex scene in one of my upcoming films, so I'm trying to. I do with an actress that we all know, but I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it. But with a lovely lady from Teacher Shortage, actually, I will be having a sex scene. So I'm like trying to get in shape.
Kaylee.
I will not confirm or deny.
It's Brink. I know it's Brink.
It's Brink.
It's definitely Brink.
Deborah.
I wish it was Deborah.
It's not you, is it?
I wish it was Deborah too.
I was hoping it was David, but
well, we can all dream.
I tried, but I can't.
David, what are you up to?
We can hear you, Deb.
Deborah, you just keep cutting out.
Wait.
So I'll go ahead and answer the question why you can't talk. So I feel like I haven't. I am still
Act it
chained to
out.
the desks of corporate America. So I've been working at home since March, so nothing's really changed in my life. My concert tour has been postponed too, like Chris's. So hopefully we'll start that, in the winter. Working on my EPs.
Forget boy bands. Will you start a man band with me?
I would start a man band with you. Yeah, I mean, we got moves. I mean,
this
it's
will
really,
be the, this will
I
be
like
the
that
new
idea.
the new threat. The new.
Yep.
He's gonna do a cover of WAP.
yes.
I'm
Which I
totally
had to
down for
Google.
this idea. Yeah.
I
Wait,
did
should I
Google
get my
that last night 'cause
8-year-old
I didn't
girls
know
to
what it
come like
meant.
twerk?
No,
we're not having
Yeah,
This-
the can of
this
the
isn't
Holocaust
key.
is one thing, but
Now I finally know what it means. I did not know what it meant until
I
last
didn't know what it
night
meant
when
either.
I finally said,
didn't
"What
ask
is
him.
WAP?"
I didn't know.
Can you hear me
didn't
now?
know.
Yes.
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 Okay, what is WAP? What is it?
Wet ass
I won't
pussy.
growing up in Italian American,
Yeah, it's a WAP,
I was
right.
offended here for a bit, but no.
No, I know.
You're
I know
talking
WAP
about the.
like the Italian WAP, but what is WAP now? I mean, is it a thing? What is it?
I want to hear
It
somebody
is
else.
a
say
thing. It is a thing.
3 words. First word, not dry.
All right.
No. I want Troy to say it.
Yeah, Troy, say it.
Come on, Troy.
Wet American pussy.
Oh, you're so
Close.
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 There. You're 2 for
Women
3.
analyzing.
You got 2 of the words.
photographs.
Shit.
Wet American.
No.
Wet
Wet ass pussy.
ass.
Roy.
What?
Oh,
When you say it like that,
happened
it's
the other
odd.
day. All I heard from the girls' room was, "That's a WAP. That's a WAP." I immediately came in, was like, "Shut that shit up."
Oh, wait.
Here's the librarian would know what it was.
Got it. Wet Asian pussy.
That works.
Don't do that to me, Debra.
Is that
Close
it? Did I
enough.
get it?
It's
Yeah,
ass.
nailed it.
Yeah.
No, what
I
is
think
it?
there's a website
Wet
for that.
ass.
Sure.
Wet ass pussy.
That doesn't make
ass.
any sense.
It doesn't have to. It's
Oh.
Are you
Cardi
guys just
B.
reading off my
It's
bookmarks or
it's
something?
like big ass. It was a big ass hamburger. It was a big ass pizza. Wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
all right.
Krista usually goes through these shows and we take out clips to put up, to
That's the one.
people to
Not
listen. I
making
think we have the clip right here.
Don't get
no.
excited, Neil. It's not happening.
No, it's okay. I'm part Asian, so it's all right.
It's
I can
not
say
okay.
Asian pussy
It's not a-
because I got one.
So I was
I'm
going to
sure.
She's
ask
very
you.
excited to be here on Without Your Head. Apparently.
I know.
What's a man? What?
I was going to ask you what part is Asian, but now I know you answered it.
Yeah, it's just a pussy.
Okay. So
So your
about
pussy
teacher
can't
shortage.
drive.
Yeah. Bring us back, Troy. Bring us back.
But the racial slur is with an
See,
O
now-
instead of an A.
See,
That's the
Right, no.
See,
I
now-
just for the
see,
fun.
now you
I was
know
just
what it
trying to
was
be
like.
funny. Sure.
Oh yeah.
See,
yeah,
Chris
you were.
left. He
I
was
know I
so
usually
funny.
fail at that. But
now you know
No,
what
you
it
did
was
well.
like on the set.
Right.
We are professionals, guys.
Totally professional.
We are.
yes, a teacher shortage.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah,
We made that.
Yeah.
I think that was a good
It's
plug. for it,
available
yeah.
now on Amazon Prime. So
And
rent-
Troy,
What?
didn't you win awards? You won an award for best.
Troy
director,
won
didn't
Best
you?
Director. Yes.
I'm
Excellent.
surprised it's not in the
Congratulations.
frame with him.
Yeah, I was just gonna go grab it.
Do it.
No.
And Chris was nominated for best actor, weren't you, Chris?
I was, and I was nominated alongside Brink at that
I
at
know.
that festival.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, right?
But
Yeah.
some piece of shit won besides him.
Sugar Chris.
What's his
I don't
name?
know who won. If the guy ever hears this and he's like,
I don't care. Chris
Yeah.
deserved it.
Yeah,
Chris,
he
you
deserved
deserved
Oh,
it.
thank you. I'm just
Yeah, you
happy to be
should've won.
nominated.
you're easily one of the best actors I worked with. You
Oh,
should've
yeah.
won.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Chris, are you more blonde than you were before?
Yes,
yeah.
the summer has really lightened my. I sprayed a little bit of. So I've been working out every day. I go outside and I run 2 miles and I do
Wow.
my stuff outside. So at the beginning of summer, I sprayed a little peroxide in my hair once in a while to just lighten it.
That's cool. You look so good.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to impress you.
Thank you.
You
So
do
who do you
look
get a
like a
sex scene with?
headshot, like a talking headshot.
I know, right?
Thank you.
I know. Chris,
Talking
Chris, you're
headshot.
too good looking.
That's
like
the
that.
name
Never.
of his boy band, the Talking Headshots.
That's true. The talking headshot.
Amy Holbrook in the chat room says that she aspires to work with all of you guys.
That's so nice. I think I know
We
Amy.
love her.
I think we're Facebook
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, I know
we
her
are.
name. I
I
recognize
was
her
gonna say
name.
I know that name too. I know that
Yeah, I
name.
know that name. Hi,
We're
Amy.
about to Google that name and say
I
we
would
know
love
that
to work
name.
with
No,
you,
no, I
Amy.
think we know that name too.
That sounds
I
familiar.
know that name. We all know that name. We all know you, Amy.
Oh
And
yeah,
we're
yeah,
coming
yeah.
for ya.
She's yeah.
It's Amy.
Oh yeah.
Amy, we love you, Amy.
I
love
suck
you,
at
Amy.
names. Yeah, I remember her. She likes a lot of my statuses.
She's very supportive. Very supportive.
Yes.
It might be a little early, I don't know, but what's the feedback? Well, you won a best director. What's the feedback been like so far for Teacher Shortage?
It's
We
been
got-
amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, there was, I am very humbled by the response because it really seems to be resonating with people. The reviews on Amazon right now are pretty great. People seem to be enjoying it. There's a few reviews on IMDb by people that I don't even know who they are that just kind of stumbled across the film on Amazon and really had great things to say about it. So yeah, I mean, I think that the reception so far has been pretty good. Definitely what I kind of wanted to, was hoping the reaction would be. Because it is,
Yeah, because you make a movie and you want people to think it's great. So it's really great when people think it's great.
Right?
Well, yeah, that's not necessarily like my reasoning behind wanting this one to, get people to recognize what I was doing with it. Because like, for example, like Party Night, my first movie, I watched that now and I'm like, oh God. I mean, I love it. I mean,
You
there's
and
a
me
special
both,
place for it.
dude.
It's learning though. I mean, you learn.
You learn.
But then again, we saw it in front of an audience, and
Not me.
yeah, you were there
It's an audience?
for Party
Oh,
Night.
yeah.
Remember in Chicago, and surprisingly, everybody loved it. But I was just sitting in the
Yeah.
back.
Surprisingly?
Oh my God!
I loved
it. People were clapping and wooing, like they liked it. They loved it.
I still get a kick out of it. I mean, I feel like, I feel like of all the, the budget definitely shows with that film. That
Oh,
it was,
we got so much better, but the budget remains the same. And
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the budget for Party Night's the same as Mrs. Claus and Teacher
And
Shortage.
Teacher Shortage, yeah, pretty much. So I was lucky enough just to make some good connections before making Teacher Shortage. Like the bar that we filmed at is literally like a block from my apartment. And it's in a bar that it's because it's so close to me, I go there all the time. Probably too much, but but I became really, really good friends with the owners. So that they let us film there for, I mean, Julie and Rob, I love you, Julie and Rob, you're awesome. But they let us film there for 3 or 4 nights, and I would have never got that probably without making that connection. So I think as an indie filmmaker, one of the things that I've learned is definitely make as many connections with as many people in different fields as possible, because you just never know when it will come in handy. So yeah, but the reception hasn't been great so far. Now, I feel like there are the slew of people that when it is released upon the masses are gonna probably not be so kind to it. But that's with any indie film. I think you get all these critics, they think they're critics, that sit at home and watch these films and they don't understand the concept of working with such a small budget. They're used to watching, Captain America and Hereditary, all these big budget films.
Last film, Stirring, they compared it to I thought La La Rona was the worst film. And it's like that movie had like a multi-million-dollar budget. This is nothing.
It's literally a compliment to be compared.
Yeah. So that's my thing.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's like
David was putting over Amazon movies earlier.
Hmm?
I said David was really putting over a lot of independent Amazon films earlier on.
They're all fun to watch.
True.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Oh, they're all bring enjoyment, you know.
Everything brings
review
something to
all
the
of them.
table.
When Derek was talking about the lighting and going with like kind of the giallo look, so was that in the script at all? And if not, were you on board with that, Troy, that decision?
Me and Derek had talked about the lighting stuff, you know, before we even started shooting.
I wanted to do it for Stirring too. I was like, hey, we should do this.
Yeah. So we had talked about it a lot. And if you actually get the Teacher Shortage script and read it, there are definitely intentional like giallo themes inserted in the script. Like the script very explicitly states like, oh, the black glove hand grasps the door and pulls it open. I mean, that's a very classic giallo thing. So it just kind of made sense that when we wanted to, because we had talked about lighting for when we did Stirring, because it was a Christmas film, and it'd be cool to have like red and green lighting and blah blah blah. But
we never got the gels for it, even though the gels ended up being $12 for a whole set. God damn it.
So like with Teacher Shortage, before we started filming, we had just talked about, you know what, maybe this would be the film because it is kind of, you know, a very giallo-esque type of film to begin with. Maybe this would be the one to kind of experiment with the lighting with. We really didn't. I mean, so I think we both knew that we were going to do that. It just wasn't until we got to set that first day with like Brink's death that Derek was like, okay, what colors do we want to use? How do we want to make this work so that it's, you know, consistent through the film? And we kind of just did it that way. And I love it. I think it just adds, you know, a element to the film that you really don't see nowadays.
I think it makes it different, unlike most films. Like it brings out. What's funny is like you can tell like the first kill we did was Brink's kill. We didn't quite know what we wanted the color to do. So the second scene with Brink, besides it being blue and red, it was like pink and purple or something. So and then we never did that throughout any other kills because we decided no, let's just keep it like red. Let's keep it like fucking. We're in the killer's head. We're in that moment. We're seeing nothing but red. And we went with it.
When you were talking earlier, Troy, about you know, originally you wanted to have it all in the school, and you had like the flagpole and stuff. Were there any other like school supplies you thought you'd like to use and didn't get a chance to?
I wish I could dig out the original the script, because there was everything in this every death in the sort of original version of the script, which was way different. I'm glad I actually scrapped it because it was way different. It was more of just a silly slasher film about teachers being in a school. There wasn't a lot of the commentary that you get with the film now. But there was I kind of copied one of the deaths from, I think, Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 with the paper cutter. Whoosh, somebody getting their head chopped off with the paper cutter. But yeah,
I'd put a protractor in if you do part 2.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
Three-hole
seen
punch.
There we go. 3-hole punch.
Someone got stabbed to death with one of them. Remember those? I don't know. Why did they let fucking kids play with these? Because I remember when I was like in 4th grade, those compasses that have the pencil.
Oh God!
Yeah.
They gave that to like 4th graders, and I remember there was a kid in my 4th grade class that like stabbed me with it. Like, whose bright idea was it to give kids a freaking weapon? But anyways, in the original script, like somebody got one of those jabbed in their eyeball. I mean, so it was lots of fun stuff like that.
I see that your scripts here are, you know, very therapeutic for you.
Yeah.
You're
Very
working
passionate.
through some things.
They are. I'm writing an epic death scene right now. That's kind of the opening scene of the film I just hinted at, which is going to be a sequel to one of my first 2 films. And I'm just having a blast doing it, because if I can pull it off, it's going to be pretty epic. So hopefully somebody listening will give me like $50,000 to do it.
I got
Right.
you.
Isn't that the motto, right? It's like, how many times do we say that? If we can pull it off.
I mean, we got lucky though. Our movie has $16,000.
We write a lot, and it's like if we can pull this.
Oh yeah,
off.
yeah. No, like basically all of our writing is if we have the budget, we'll kill this person like this. If we don't, it'll be shitty.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, I said that many times during Teacher Shortage. If we can pull this off, this is going to be amazing. Like with the school scenes and the bar stuff. And of course, we haven't mentioned. I mean, nobody's mentioned her, but she has a small part, but she was really great to work with, and that's Tamara Glenn from Halloween.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Tamara.
Yeah.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite scenes
Done
was
pretty well for
the
herself.
bonus scene.
The what?
I love the
that
scene
bonus
after
scene.
the credits. The after the credits. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my
Okay.
favorites to shoot.
Yes, that's one thing because there's people that aren't there are people that are not watching the entire film past the credits. So listen to me, people, right now that are watching this. If you watch the film, when the credits start to roll, don't shut
leave.
it off.
It's a Marvel film.
Right.
There's two.
There's a
end credits.
bonus.
There's
Thanos
two
bonus.
bonuses.
But
There's two.
because
Someone you think is dead might not be.
because I've had like 4 people message me, Kickstarter backers that got the film, and they're like, okay, so Tamara is in the film for like 10 seconds. I'm like, okay, so you obviously shut the fucking thing off before you let watch the post. And
It
they're like,
was
oh.
only 20 seconds. That's it between the end to the next scene.
I like his interpretation.
Oh yeah. David's.
No, Troy.
Oh.
That's my favorite.
No, because she's really good in that post scene. She's
Great
really good.
monologue. Great monologue.
Yeah, that was really good. Yep.
Charm is asking, what are your thoughts on crowdfunding and what was the experience like?
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in. My 3 films have successfully been crowdfunded, and now I feel like if I do my next film, I'll definitely probably try to go the crowdfunding route. But I feel like now it's oversaturated, but there are certain people that know how to crowdfund. I never really did. I just kind of learned, putting it out there and relied on social media. But I guess now there's certain strategies that people are using to get their crowdfundings accomplished. So I'm really kind of interested that if I do my next film, how that's going to look. I mean, I've been blessed that, like I said, my 3 films have been successfully crowdfunded. But it seems like it's working for a lot of people, which is interesting because, a lot of people don't have, I don't know, I'm rambling now, but we're in COVID where people have lost their jobs, but there's still these films that are meeting and exceeding their goal. For example, like David is in Time's Up, which is a slasher film that's going to be directed by Corey Norman, who I've actually been friends with on social media for a long, long time. So it's really cool to see him helming this film. And it's Damien Maffei from Strangers Prey at Night. They just smashed their goal. I'm like so impressed. And I've seen other films that people are attached to with crowdfunding that are just like wrecking their goals. So I guess there's strategies for it. I know Samantha and Derek really are crowdfunding connoisseurs.
It's like a perfect storm.
It's a science.
There's so many things that need to line up, though. So.
Yeah, I actually written it down like a 10-step type thing. You gotta follow these 10 steps, and you'll make your goal in like 3 days.
Damn.
Yeah,
but it's a shitload of work. Don't get me wrong.
It's a lot of work.
Preparation up to those days.
And it's hard being a filmmaker asking people for money. Like, it sucks. It's not fun to crowdfund.
Especially during this time. It's horrible.
Well, and you see some of the crowdfunding campaigns that some filmmakers throw out that fail miserably, and it's because they think that successful crowdfunding is basically just posting the link on Facebook and all your friends are going to go donate. You have to reach an audience beyond your personal relationships. You're never going to make your goal otherwise. I kind of learned that the hard way.
What is campaign fatigue? Like, that's a real thing.
Well, you got to reach people who aren't in the same circles, because you got people who are campaigning for 5 movies at once. And it's like, that's not going to work.
And just a side note, this is me on my high horse. If you are run a crowdfunding campaign, please fulfill the perks that you promised the people, because I have donated personally to probably about more than a dozen crowdfunding campaigns.
I've never seen a single perk.
What is really sad is, I can count on less than one hand how many perks I've actually received that I pledged to. We're talking films that were supposedly, done 4 or 5 years ago. So please, because that gives crowdfunding a bad name.
I've had the same experience. I don't want to say their names, but it's two one was a movie, one's a film festival, and I never got either thing.
Oh, I mean, I get my stuff out. I mean, anybody that knows me knows my stuff goes out. The people that back my stuff get their stuff. In fact, like I said, the Teacher Shortage DVDs for the crowdfunders all went out. So people are taking pictures and posting them. So that's kind of cool to see. The Blu-ray should arrive tomorrow. I got my little UPS notification.
Oh, nice.
So they'll be going out. I mean, I fulfill your damn perks. I mean, it just, and it's sad because a couple of the people that I've pledged to their crowdfunding campaigns, I consider kind of like, I wouldn't say friends, but people that I've interacted with a lot on social media.
Super close associates.
But like, so that hurts everybody because, if you don't get what, even if it's $20 or something, you don't get whatever you're supposed to get, you're unlikely to help somebody else on some other project.
Oh, we try and tell people, because we had a lot of perks on orders, but we keep engaged with people. Like, our film is supposed to be done already, but because of COVID, we couldn't even make our film yet. So we're still waiting until we can shoot ours. But we keep engaged to everybody. We're sending them emails. We're letting them know that they will get their perks. We have set the money aside for just perks.
Well, a lot of the perks, because we have Kaylee and Mel Heflin in ours. So a lot of, they sent out their perks already. So
and then t-shirts, like we're waiting for the official cover art to send out t-shirts. But like DVDs, the digital copies, like we actually gave digital copies to people who would donate $1, and we're still gonna do that. We just need it's just COVID messed up our filming.
But like Troy said, though, like there are a couple of filmmakers that we won't name that give people.
I wish I could name them, but I'm just not going to. But I'm just saying, like, it gives people that are.
Should I cough? Should I do the cough and say?
No.
Okay, I was this close to saying a first name.
Probably thinking of the same people.
No, we are. We definitely are.
Yeah, a lot of.
All right, it's me.
A lot of these people are.
God damn it, Chris.
It is Chris. God damn it, Chris. I pledged your Welcome to the Hollow song and never got my perk.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Chris,
where's your hair and all is forgiven.
Chris, where's my first class tickets to the front row of your next concert?
They're in my pocket. The show is Saturday.
Where?
Oh, I have a show in New Jersey on Saturday.
Jersey. Oh, that's so cool. Oh.
Also, Troy.
Area, you gotta let us know.
Oh, well, we were in Peoria, remember? And when we're back there again, we were right by you. Like this was right before we met. I was there like a couple months before we met, and we should be back at that casino. It's some casino in Peoria.
It's Paradise.
Yeah, let us know.
Oh yes, Paradise. Paradise.
I have a bra ready to throw at you.
And Troy, this is random, but one of my fans made us hats, Teacher Shortage hats. And they made one for me and one for you. You got it. I was gonna say they made one for you.
She sent it for my birthday. I'm like, she met me. It's Bernadette.
Bernie.
She's so great. She's so supportive of you. I know that, but now she's become like one of my biggest fans because she's so. But she messaged me. She's like, "Hey, I want to send you something for your birthday." By the way, my birthday was this past Friday, 9/11. Yay! But
happy birthday!
I did something because this whole year, all my plans got freaking canceled. So like, I have 2 friends that are in Orlando right now. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go, and enjoy myself. So I flew to Orlando for the weekend and went to Disney World and Epcot and
for the first
I saw that.
For the first time, it was a lot of fun.
I wish I still worked there. I would have got you in for free.
Wow. Oh my God. Considering what I paid for the tickets, damn it, I wish you did still work there.
What
did you used to do there, Chris?
I was a singer for their shows and parades.
Oh, so adorable.
Yeah, that was like my first out of town job.
Oh.
Yeah.
I worked the sky rod. I wore lederhosen.
That I wish I
The
could have
sky
worn
ride is
lederhosen.
no longer there, by the way. So-
Can we
The
talk
leader
That's
about
because
hose
you're
are,
not
though.
there.
David? You
It's
did a
pretty much
song,
true.
right? Like a gynecology.
Yes, I
song?
have a greatest hit.
Yes, I want to let you know that last time I was in my gynecologist, I thought of you. So thank you
Oh,
for
good,
that.
good, good. Let your kids watch that. It's a step up from Cannibal Holocaust.
You didn't
I
sing
like
that
your-
at Disney World, did you? The gynecologist song?
Oh,
I'm very
no.
confused.
everywhere.
In
That's a good
lederhosen,
question.
and I don't know what's going on.
It always
anymore.
comes out at parties. So
I like David's line when he's talking to Chris and he's like, "Oh, look at you, all squeaky clean and everything.
oh, look at him. He's all his little boy band.
Squeaky clean."
What about you,
Bo-
Squeaky? You got yourself a girlfriend?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
that's
right.
it. Yeah.
Well,
I know all the
my-
ones. I mean, I've watched the film.
Editing
There
that
were a
scene
lot of
was
good
so much
moments
fun
in that
watching
dinner.
him edit that scene.
There's so many takes, and he says stuff so differently.
Yeah.
It's hard to try and balance the comedy to the seriousness because some parts he goes way above, and I gotta like bring it down a little in editing. So whenever those parts come up, it just seems like it works out. He's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I like when he did the boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one
When
of
I see
my
you
favorite.
again, I will boop you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You better boop all of us.
I'm really looking forward to you booping me again, David.
We
My-
shall boop. Don't worry.
My
I
favorite
haven't
David.
been booped like you in a long time.
Oh Lord.
It's been a
My
while.
favorite. My favorite David moment. I watch it all the time. I literally do ask. I watch it all the time because I laugh so hard. Is when he says his whole line about the that Valerie. She's always been a dipshit. You know that dumb broad. We almost had to have prom on the football field.
The
It was
Because
so
that-
natural.
because that dumb twat forgot to pay the deposit.
But he says football field, the football field.
God,
he's
that David's a genius. Keep talking, I love it.
on the football field. With an
Ah,
F.
Oh Lord.
John says he hopes that there's an outtake reel. He thinks there would be a lot of fun.
Oh, is there a gag reel?
I hope so. I hope so.
Although we
I don't
had no
know.
bloopers.
I would
Yeah,
love.
that's what I was
Do you
gonna
remember when
say.
we threw the glass for the first time when we were doing the bar scene? We threw
Yeah.
we had breakable,
I
like
heard about
sugar
this.
glass, but we also had a real glass. And I think it actually is in the film. I threw that real glass at the wall, and it
wouldn't break.
didn't break. It just like hit the wall and fell, and then I think it broke on the floor.
So the scene which made the film is actually kind of CGI because when
Oh,
he
really?
threw it, well, kind of like he ducked, and you see it go right after he ducks, but really like it was just like I was just propping the frame of the glass to make it just look like it's barely missing him. Really, it was like what, like a minutes apart. Like he
And,
ducked, and then like a minute later you throw the glass.
Well, and speaking of the bar scene, I have to give a shout out because I feel like I have to give a shout out to Roger and his performance in the bar scene is brilliant. His whole monologue in the bar scene, and I don't want anybody to spoil anything, but like Roger was brilliant in the film.
That whole
and
monologue was, yeah.
Yeah, it was really
He's
good.
on point. I got goosebumps watching him when we were.
I
filming.
basically used one take of that monologue without cutting it. Like
He is so good, so good.
How did he get involved in the movie, Roger?
I've been Facebook friends with Roger for a long time, and we have kind of a good rapport. You know,
They have a podcast
so-
now.
Yes.
Yeah, we do a podcast together where we talk about horror films. But I actually met him when I was in Cleveland a couple years ago when Stirring was playing at a film festival there, and I've seen his work, and I told him, I said, you know, I would love to work with you, blah blah blah. So when I wrote the Principal Perry character, I kind of had him in mind, and I still made him audition though, because that's just how I am. I still like to have actors audition because I just want to know if they're a right fit for the character. Like, even though, like, for example, and it's nothing offensive, it's just me. Like, I work with Kaylee Williams, for example. Kaylee Williams was in Stirring, and I know she's an amazing actress, but I still made her send in an audition for Teacher Shortage because it's a different character, and I want to see if you inhabit that character. So I had Roger send in his audition, and I was like, yes, you nailed it. And he's such an important character in the film. So it's awesome. Yeah, I know. It was awesome to have, you know, him be able to bring his acting chops to the film.
I think that's a very valid point, Troy. Yeah, you can be like a really good actor or actress and just not be right for a specific part.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, for example, Eric Stoltz was originally the kid in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And they filmed like 2 weeks with him, and then they fired him.
Yep. But you can't imagine anyone else but Michael J. Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's one of my very favorite parts that Roger did, which is when he meets Chris's character in front of the utility closet, and he's like doing this thing, and it was so good, and I really loved it. It's one of my favorite like little idioms in the film. He's doing a like,
storage.
Right.
and just the way he did it was just so natural, and that little bit of physicality I just loved so much.
Yeah, and I was lucky. I was lucky because Roger and Chris had amazing. I mean, amazing chemistry together. They worked well together, and that's. I mean, it's very believable to me when I watch the film. It doesn't, and I might be biased, but there's nothing like forced or fake about their interactions. It's very realistic, and that's everybody. Like, you guys nailed it, and I couldn't be more proud to have you guys in my film because, I mean, everyone is just raved about the cast and how realistic they come off and how the chemistry is amazing. And so I have to give you major props because you brought this vision to life for me in such a brilliant way. So thank you all.
Also, the amazing part is the part where their chemistry is the best was the first day they met too.
I was gonna say that bar scene where we're having that kind of heavy dialogue about our relationship and being unable to like blah blah, that we had just met and we were filming overnight. So we had both flown in, we'd both been picked up. We took a nap because we started filming at like 2 a.m. and then we went right into it.
And then
we got Tex-Mex.
And when you're on my set, you start filming.
Yeah. Oh no, we went and got Tex-Mex the first time with Julie. And and then we went to Golden Corral and loved a buffet.
Golden Corral.
Oh, buffet is such a thing of the past.
I know, it's heartbreaking.
Not fared well.
Should we talk about
fountain?
Should we talk about wild buffalo wings?
Buffalo wild.
Oh, you got us kicked out.
That's for sure.
My favorite picture.
My favorite.
I have a picture, Debra.
All right, hold up.
I know.
It has a picture.
Oh dear.
I know.
I just recently shared this said picture.
We almost got kicked out.
Like, how? Like, what the fuck? Wild is in your name. Don't kick us out if somebody's acting wild.
Plus, it was like 11 o'clock. Why do you have kids out, anyways?
A song came on, and she was dancing to the song.
Yeah.
Well, who would know? Who would know that Buffalo Wild Wings would have the best music? You know?
The
common
They
knowledge.
didn't give us our sauces, so.
So I'm dancing around our table, and then I got reprimanded by the manager.
But that's Debra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got reprimanded.
Look at Chris's face.
She's like she's
Yeah.
possessed or something. Yeah.
It really
She's in a
does.
Look at
fullback
the guy
thing.
behind him, though. Like the guy in the background just smiling.
Oh dear.
But the
I have
manner,
so many great memories on this set. Like, because I just came from a set that like wasn't so great, and then coming to this set was just like night and day. Why is it just?
yeah,
so
It was
the manager comes up and he's like,
I turned it back. It should be
you
back.
need to, you know, like,
I just see me.
It was like
You might have to click back to speaker view yourself or whatever it is.
he needs
Who,
to
me?
control, like,
You can't-
No,
you
no,
can't hear me?
it,
Oh,
for
there we
everyone
go,
else,
yeah.
it's fine now. It's just
Did I
was
go
just
out again?
all Derek.
well, I highlighted their video just so everyone could see it, but for everyone else, you might have to turn it back to the thing.
Oh, I see.
I don't know.
I go
That
to
was
gallery
scary.
view.
Our
I
faces
Michael
of
Tula
it.
says Chris and Roger were awesome in the movie, and Deborah and David brought a lot of humor to their roles.
Michael Tula
Thank
was
you,
awesome.
Michael.
in
He
the
was
movie.
amazing.
Michael
Michael
was so
Tula was
natural.
amazing.
And that's
Tell him to
another
get out of the
actor I
chat and
brought
up
on
in the
board,
board.
too, Michael Tula. I was like, he was like, we need an actor for this. I was like, bring this dude.
Oh, he was so good. He is
He
so
was
good.
so good. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yep.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Michael
Also, we
Michael-
worked with the first night with that bar scene. You know, he came in
Yeah,
for
and
like
he's so good. Like he brought that whole kind of jock vibe to the character
Yeah.
without it being like without it being like annoying or over the top.
Yeah.
Because I think in a lesser actor's hands, that role could have been kind of really annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like he made it very likable. Like you like him, even though he's just like this.
He was cool.
Yeah, he brought
Yeah,
the
he was
stink face. He had
fantastic.
the most best stink face ever.
Yeah.
I worked with him before in a movie called The Contract with Zach Salazar. And I remember Troy was looking for an actor to fill this part. And I brought it to him because it would be cheap because he's local. Another part was because he was really fucking good in The Contract. So I was like, Troy, check out this dude. And fucking we made magic.
He's a
Also-
good.
He was really good. Yeah.
I don't know if it's like common knowledge, so I won't spoil what it is. But one of my favorite things that Troy did in this movie is there are Easter eggs to his other two movies in this movie. And speaking of Michael, one of his stories in the movie is an Easter egg. I won't ruin what the Easter eggs are in case they're secret, but
No, they're not.
keep
They're
an
not
eye
secret.
out.
I'm surprised more people have not caught it. But like, yeah. So at the beginning of the film, the yearbook. If you look at the yearbook, the character is holding all of the other pictures are the actors that were in Party Night.
Yeah, and they all died.
And then
Oh.
and then Michael Tula's sort of monologue in the bar, his Brant character, when he talks about when he asks Ryan like, what's the kind of the crazy thing that's ever happened to you? And so Michael tells his Brant character tells a story of, when I was in college, these two crazy bitches went crazy over Christmas and killed a bunch of people. And I was on the football team with one of them. Okay, so if you go back and watch Mrs. Claus,
you're about to talk about how Brent fumbled the fucking ball.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
the character of Grant in Stirring, played by Ryan Poole, he has a little story that he tells one of the characters where, we would have won the football game if Brant wouldn't have fumbled the ball. So your
it's the
assumption,
same guy.
Brant in Teacher Shortage is the Brant that
I
Brant's
didn't
character-
even realize that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the
Yeah.
Brant that what?
He
It's
fumbled
the
the
Brant-
ball.
The ball in.
He fucked up the whole series.
He
In
ruined the
Mrs.
game.
Claus.
Nice.
So it's like-
Ah.
It's
But
the
we
I
same
fucked
love
up.
character.
We didn't have Fifi in the film. Like Fifi was in
No.
the first two films, but the third film, Fifi wasn't in.
She's in my bedroom right now.
Like we need a
Aw.
quick shot of Fifi just to put in, like, just so I could re-edit the film and just be like, boom, we got Fifi in, and everybody
my
else is like, what the fuck is Fifi?
Wow.
Yeah, who
Troy
is Fifi?
anthology.
Is Fifi your dog?
It's a stuffed dog.
Oh, it's stuffed dog, not a
Yeah,
real
and his first
That's
film,
even creepier.
Ryan holds Fifi the entire time, and Mrs. Claus, it's in the background, In this film, we planned on having it, but you know how when you're on film, like things go crazy. We couldn't have Fifi on.
R.I.P. Fifi.
Yeah.
Aw.
It was gonna
Remember
be-
the dog we had on set?
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
our
I was
little
just thinking about my dog.
Oh, what did we call him again? What was his name?
Oh no. She'll
Wait,
tell
what?
you
What
anytime I think of Coco, I cry.
Coco.
Let's not talk about dogs.
We just
Hey.
let the
Hey, so I have to tell you. So this isn't related to teacher shortage at all, but I have to
we don't
tell
want to
you.
do it.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Nope.
Well,
I can.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, no. Sorry.
Good. We can hear you, Deb.
okay. So anyway, I have to tell you that Trista and I just worked on a film together, and it's not horror. It's a family film drama, but it was so lovely working with Trista. I was with her for almost 2 weeks, and it was fantastic. But it's not horror related, so
Can you
What's
tell
this
us what
one
it's called?
What's it called?
yes, it's called You Like to Draw with a question mark. Like,
Oh, I've seen you promoting that.
I've seen that. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And
same here.
Trista was amazing, and I'm so thankful to be in a film with Trista.
Very cool.
Thank you. Deborah is the best at promoting stuff. I'm sure you know, as like a filmmaker, you know, she takes that very seriously, which
I do.
really helps indie films, you know.
Yeah.
I want to watch that,
Thank you. I hope you guys like it. It's a good movie for Halloween.
I'm gonna watch
Echoes
it.
of Fear. Echoes of Fear is the best. It's the best. It's so good. You gotta watch
I'm
it.
gonna
Oh
watch
yeah, Troy.
Yeah.
Don't get pissed at us, but our film is a Christmas themed film because we
Oh,
realize
which one?
how popular Christmas themed films are.
Which
My
Which-
Girlfriend, the Serial Killer.
Oh,
During
Oh, they meant
Christmas.
teacher shortage. I'm like, it's a Christmas movie.
No,
We-
no,
He
There
added
are
that.
CGI hats on everybody.
It's like, real?
Teacher Shortage 2 Christmas Vacation.
Well,
Yeah.
it kind of has to be a prequel.
but we also love
That's a
Christmas
good idea.
ones.
A prequel to Teacher Shortage, Troy.
What happens in the prequel? Like, hey, I'm the same teacher. Oh, is that the killer? Oh no.
Evil twin siblings.
They just eat lasagna.
Troy can make it work.
Okay.
I want to
Sure.
see. I want to see Sue Steele decorating for Christmas.
What was that? Drew Chocolate
Tinsel!
with the best idea for a sequel. Says totally different characters played by the same people.
Yeah.
So the Mrs. Claus sequel is going to be Amazeballs.
Oh,
So when
I'm
do we have
so
to start
excited.
petitioning to be in that, Troy?
Yeah, Troy, send us all an invite.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
no, Samantha, like seriously, and I'm not lying now. I swear to God, like I'm writing the opening scene to Mrs. Claus 2. So I just revealed it. Okay, whatever. And like the character in the opening scene, as I'm writing her, I have you like pictured.
Uh-oh.
But unfortunately, I've already been offered the role, Sam. So
No, I don't want to die in the first 5 minutes.
Well,
You're the
too
Drew
bad.
Barrymore.
If you need a cinematographer, I know a guy.
I know a guy too.
I'm telling you, it's an epic death scene. It's an epic death scene.
Well, call me.
I'll audition for it.
You know my number.
You just have to do helicopter titties.
I'm
Yes.
gladly.
But no,
I'm
gonna
going,
watch.
I'm
Hold
going
up,
to
she's
fly.
about to do helicopter titties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Holy shit! Look at those go. All right.
I'm coming to visit just so we can do helicopter titties together.
That would be a movie on its own, Deborah. We could charge tickets for that, I think.
Pornhub.
To your OnlyFans.
Okay, so I just added Echoes of Fear. I'm gonna watch it, but I have to finish Ozark first because it's a fucking
Oh
amazing.
God, I love that
Well,
show.
thank you.
Hey,
You have to binge
somebody
watch the
I
whole
worked
show
with was in
before you watch
Ozark.
a movie.
Is that the dark
I-
show?
Yeah, that was the real.
One
guy.
track
think-
mind.
I think Echoes of Fear is worth interrupting Ozark to watch Echoes of Fear and then go back to Ozarks.
Yeah, just finish.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. Depending on how many episodes you have left. I mean,
And
if you have,
here
like,
we are
3
fucking
seasons
watching
left,
90 Day.
I just started.
It's just one movie.
Oh, it
just
sucked
watch
us in
the
too.
damn movie. It's good. It's really, really
started
good.
seeing-
I'm watching it tonight. I'm gonna watch that.
You
tonight.
watch
Yeah.
it.
We're gonna watch it too. And we're
Shit,
gonna
we
think of
got
you
it.
guys.
Yeah. We'll all meet
I-
up tomorrow and do our review.
Yeah.
I should be Trista's agent.
I know. Your check's in the mail, Deborah.
I don't even want to check. I just want you to be like on top of the world, Trista.
Thank you. I really
Top of the world, looking down.
But Deborah deserves all the praise for her portrayal of
Sue.
Sue
Sue.
Steele.
I want to say Mary Sue, but that's not right.
I
And her
love
brother Blue.
I-
Blue Steele and Sue Steele.
Sue Steele. That's it.
I
God
love
damn.
I love the like the gifts you made like a long time ago. You made a whole bunch. It's funny. Do you remember who made them? Didn't you make them, Derek?
I don't know. I'm
Sue
Iowa.
Sue Steele says this. Sue Steele says that. I don't know. Somebody made them.
I remember a lot, but yeah.
Was it Troy? Did Troy make them? I don't know. It was funny.
I don't remember, but I know that your death scene looks pretty epic.
Oh
too.
my God, that was so epic to film. The
Yeah.
fucking hand with the blood. I mean, because half of this shit, like whenever you think of scenes when you're reading the script and you see the location, everything changes.
Yeah.
So like you have to on the fly just be like, okay, we're going.
I'd like to point out during that scene, me and David are just laying in bed chilling.
And you never see.
Remember that, David?
He
Yes.
even said, I think David told you, they're never gonna get us in that mirror.
No.
We never got.
But
in
me
that
and
mirror.
David stayed still.
But we got a close up of y'all. We did get a close
Yeah.
up.
That's
I almost
because
forgot
you're
we shared a bed.
professionals. You are professionals.
Yes.
Mhm.
But
We're
that,
passed out.
if there was a small, it's no worse though. In Troy and I's first film, Party Night, you'll see Drew Shotwell on top of the car slide down dead. He had to stay there for almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
So y'all got lucky. Y'all were on a bed.
Yeah.
This dude had to be upside down on a car with blood running all over his face.
Yeah, we were pretty comfortable, front row seat.
But I was on a
David-
bed that you had sex on, and that was that was a little bit
After, or
difficult.
does that, no, we did. No, the first night. we
You did.
When do we still film?
We filmed it the next day.
Oh yeah, sorry, David.
Like, wait, this isn't the fake blood. It's never mind.
No,
Oh, that's right. That's why his hair was extra gray that day. Got it.
I have
Well,
to.
me
I
and
have to-
Derek actually met for the first time on Teacher Shortage, and then we got married because of Teacher Shortage. So thanks, Troy.
Yeah.
For the ring.
Oh.
Troy
Congratulations.
made that happen.
And we're still married. I should say that we're still married. COVID
feel
and
like
all.
a matchmaker.
Yes, thank you, Troy.
And there were a few times where we're like, where's Derek? Where's Samantha? We're waiting. Where are they?
And then a minute.
The fuck
Wait,
have you?
wait. Only a
I'm
minute
live
later
right
we
now,
came
man.
out.
The fuck have y'all ever
Yes.
been waiting on us when we weren't waiting on you?
No, it's like 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Deborah needed the mirror in the bathroom.
I
Remember?
remember needing to take a shit really bad, and Deborah was in the bathroom for like fucking 5 hours. Like,
Then I
I'm
had
still
to.
fixing my hair. Nobody can take a shit. Sorry. And
And
then
then
I'm
I
like,
have, no,
fuck.
wait, you got that backwards. You went to take a shit, and then I had to wait for like at least 10 minutes before I could go back in there because it's like, whoa.
This is the
My
real
shit
talk.
smelled like
Wait.
roses.
But this is real talk of independent films, right? You have all these actors living in an Airbnb
Yeah,
and there's 2
true.
bathrooms. Like that's real talk.
And I'll warn you, me and Kaylee's bathroom had no door.
And
That's
I
right.
pooped in there one time.
No,
So-
I had to take a shower. in
We're
that
very
bathroom,
close.
too.
We all became very close, is all I gotta say.
Showering with no door was fantastic.
Yes.
It
My
really
very
was.
first scene, when I first flew in, first of all, my luggage was lost, so that's awesome. Then I have Troy.
I remember that.
I have Chris and Roger, who I've never met, who are like, well, what dress size are you? And I'm like, bitch, I'm a girl. I'm not telling you my fucking dress size. Like,
Meanwhile,
any
I
woman
also
would
know
understand.
nothing about that. Roger's about to go to the store and be like, I'm buying this bitch stuff.
Yes,
I
they
was
want
like, I don't know
sundress.
that. I don't know it.
I'm like, I don't wear sundresses. So luckily my luggage was found. But like, I mean, the second I got to the house, Roger kidnapped me and was like, girl, we got to do your eyebrows. My first scene was dropping trowel and taking a piss in front of all these people that I just first met.
Oh yeah. Also,
Cute.
if you're a good listener, the pee sounds are hilarious.
They're not my pee, by the way.
Well, I found a sound where it goes stops because somebody knocks on the door, and then they go away. Stops. Somebody knocks.
Where do you find
Incontinence.
this? Where do you find something like this?
I got.
Don't ask them
No,
these questions.
I got actual
Esound.com,
programs, Digital Juice. You can buy a lifetime membership.
Pun
They're
intended.
not paying me for $500, and you have it for life. And they have 10,000, like thousands upon thousands of music, sound clips, and everything.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be all urine sounds.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. That's what I was
No, I
thinking.
mean I just found like bottle of
Like,
water.
very specific
dripping
website.
into the toilet.
Yeah, I was like, nice to meet you, everybody. Let
It
me
would
drop
actually
trowel.
be cheaper if I just recorded somebody peeing besides the $500 I spent. But,
Yeah,
I
I'll
could have
do
done
it for $200. You can
Yeah.
record me.
but honestly, that program we use like Digital Juice, all the stabbing sound effects you hear, every single sound effect from the birds chirping outside, the footsteps, all from that program.
Oh wow.
It's a really good program for filmmakers. Just a
I have-
just an FYI.
I have to say one thing though, that you got lucky with my previous fire spitting experience, because when you spit fire, you put lighter fluid in your mouth and you spit it out real hard at a torch, a lit torch to do the flame, and then the flame goes out like that. So when, well, I don't want to do any spoilers, but there is a part where I spit like a lot of blood, and it was maybe,
I
and it
was
was maybe
pissed
a
off
little
because it got
too
all
much.
over the camera. I was like, God damn it, Deborah.
Yeah, me and David were laying in bed, and we just like, as the controversy is going on, we're like, what's going on?
Is this bitch done
we
yet?
quickly had to get a bunch of fucking napkins to wipe it up. Like, God.
I remember that
That's
cleanup.
the fire. That's the fire spitting experience right there.
Yeah.
We just needed gargling. Not good.
No, you told me.
Listen, Deborah is serious.
No, but
You
it
told
turned out
me.
perfectly.
Deborah always takes it to the next. The next
And
level.
You
see-
told
you
me
see-
a lot. I asked you, I said, do you want a lot of blood? And you said, yeah, a lot of blood. So, I gave you what you asked
Yeah.
for.
I have to say, Deborah, you were really good about giving choices. I really appreciated that. Like, you came with like an arsenal of different ways to do something. And I mean, that's really important. That's really valued in an actor and actress. So I want to give you
That's
props
right.
for that.
That's right.
Yes.
I give you choices.
God damn it. Chris is so adorable.
He is.
I
Was
know,
it time to
right?
remind him again? Oh yeah, Chris, you're adorable.
That's
You
in
button your
his
shirt,
contract,
Chris. Unbutton your shirt, Chris. There you go. There you go. There you go.
He's so cute.
My shirt has buttons, just letting you know.
Oh, hi, David.
Oh,
And have
hey
you see the
there.
shimmer? Look at the shimmer in this shirt. Look at that.
I
Y'all
didn't
got me
notice that.
blushing.
This is the first collared shirt I've worn in 6 months. I'm like, I'm gonna put a
Honestly,
collared shirt on.
It's so cool hanging out with y'all since
Yeah.
we all haven't talked together since
Yeah.
the film. We
David.
honestly had a blast
Yeah.
though, man.
It was the best set I've ever been
It
on.
was so fun.
It was
I'm
so
ready
fun.
for a teacher reunion.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Troy.
it.
Troy.
Summer
it's all
school.
Troy.
And David and I were supposed to be in this film together that got canceled, but we were going to star in this film together. So I'm so bummed that it's not happening, and I won't
Me-
mention the name of it because it's canceled.
Me
I
and
don't know
David
where
were
that
supposed-
person went.
No.
Yeah,
Me-
he kind of disappeared, but I
Oh, I
can't
thought it was
wait.
canceled because,
No,
but the guy just
No,
disappeared.
it wasn't because of that. But I
Right.
can't wait to work with you again,
It'll
David.
happen. It'll happen.
David, me and David were supposed to be in a film together too, and I got fired.
Huh?
Well, me too, kind of.
Oh.
because
You
I
got,
didn't promote
oh dear.
crowdfunding
Yeah.
enough, apparently.
Oh dear.
Don't you
Damn it,
spill the
Troy.
tea, Troy.
Well, I mean, it's better than us canceling.
Let's not talk
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. Sorry.
Let's go back to how cute Chris is.
Yes, Chris.
Yes, Chris.
No,
God
not till
damn it, Chris.
9:17.
Just take your
We
shirt
can't do
off.
You are so
Take your
goddamn
shirt off.
adorable.
Fine.
Chris.
Oh my god.
David, take your shirt
Oh,
off.
David, take your shirt off.
Troy, Neil, everybody.
All right, I'll do it, but everybody.
I haven't-
will be
Our
like,
No,
upcoming
yeah,
man
put it on,
band,
put it on.
you'll
Put
see
it back
on.
I've been running 10 miles a day, so I'm good with my body.
Troy's been running.
I know,
Don't
Troy.
worry,
Troy, you're killing it with the running
And the killing.
and the killing.
And the killing.
Killing's good cardio, I understand.
Yeah.
It could be.
Then here in the chat room, I look at the chat room, the first thing I see is Molly says Chris is adorable.
Oh, thank you,
An skateboard.
Molly. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
See, Chris
That's
is
the takeaway from
adorable.
tonight's show.
She's your #1 fan. She's
Oh,
gonna
my-
misery you. Put
So
your
teacher
leg
shortage.
Please don't.
Go on, sorry.
Go
I was
ahead.
a teacher shortage. You get it on Amazon Prime. And when is the physical copy? When is that available? I think it was near
October
near, yeah.
27th. So just in time for Halloween.
Yes.
October 27th.
Yay!
Even though it's a Christmas movie. Okay.
Michael Toole also adds Troy's one of the most likable directors you'll ever meet.
True that.
Oh, Michael Toole is just trying to kiss ass for a role in his next movie.
And he says D Hizzle, which I assume that's Derek, is the chillest DP.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm like the biggest asshole. He'll tell you on the first party night I was a huge asshole, and then I chilled it out afterwards.
Anybody that knows Derek knows that. We love him for that.
We got 3 films made. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Troy is
Where can you follow everyone to see what? Where can everyone be followed to see what you're up to on the internet, or to your home if you're up for it? I don't know.
My home address is. My landline is.
Social Security card.
Well, I'm on Facebook and I'm on the Instagram, not as much as I should be, but I should be on that more.
the
So
Instagram, David.
I'm
you're
on the
showing your age.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I think I even
That's how
have
man bands do it.
I might have a Snapchat that I set up just to get the filters, but I don't use it. So, but yeah, I'm on those two mainly. I have a Twitter, but I don't twat too much. So.
WAP.
WAP. That is not my
What
handle.
is it, pussy?
You probably could have sold it for a lot now if you did.
Well, I can be found on Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. It's all just my name. Type in Chris Jehnert and you'll find me and all that stuff. I also live stream on an app called Bigo. So if people are interested in just chatting randomly, go on Bigo and follow me, Chris Jehnert.
Oh, he's so adorable.
He's so cute.
I don't know what Bigo is either. Me and Dave, we're too old. We don't know what it's called.
Yeah, like I don't even know what he just said, but good for him.
Thank you.
Was it Vigo? I thought it was. I thought you said like Vigo, like Vigo Mortensen, but it's Bigo
No.
with a B.
Yeah, BIGO.
Okay.
Oh,
Not bingo,
bingo.
but Bigo.
Bingo.
Oh.
Oh.
But for my projects, follow me
I
on
might be
Instagram
starting the
mostly.
old man band, so I thought it was bingo. So
Stealing our gimmick here.
I know. Well, you have the man band. I'll have the old.
Right,
Now I'll join your band. I could be the younger member of the old man.
All right, then. Like we're all 50 plus on my.
Am I just a one-man band now or something? What's going on?
I'm stealing all your band members there.
All one. Oh, who else? Who are we missing here? Where can you follow Derek and Samantha? I assume separately.
Actually, we have a cool, we have a feature and we also have a cool web series.
What are you looking at?
Mr.
nice.
Whiskers. He's the new. We're making a giant hamster movie, and we
A giant
shot
killer
it.
hamster
Yeah,
movie.
and we completely shot it with our kids. So it's a
nice.
COVID movie. It's a COVID movie.
I auditioned for the hamster, but I didn't get it.
You didn't get it. You almost got it, David.
Some actors just aren't
tough room.
right for some roles. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, we do need the voice for the hamster.
Wow.
But we actually
It's
were
Chris, he's
fully funded
adorable.
for a feature film. It would have been shot already, but COVID fucked us up. So lately, we've just been making films around the house.
Yeah.
There's the L&M Kid Corner, which you can see on YouTube, where we make fucked up horror films with
our children.
kids. Yeah, and we have a new one coming up with a killer hamster.
There's
She
one of them.
dies,
Look at
and I
that.
think 3 of them.
Hello.
This is
Hi.
Emlyn. This is
How you
everybody.
doing?
Don't worry, she saw Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
She's a grown up.
She's
now.
cool.
Wait, is she
But
more
honestly,
adorable
though-
than Chris? I think she might be.
away.
Hold on. Hold on. She is more
No.
adorable than Chris.
Chris is very
Get outta
jealous.
here.
now.
To be a
Holy shit, Chris,
competition
you
now.
just spelled a number 2.
Not
So
after
we
this is
have a
over.
killer hamster movie coming
Yeah,
out, and
so-
we have a feature film that we're doing.
We're planning on shooting it in February.
We
Hopefully
wanna do it.
Sex tape?
will, you know.
And it'll be an awesome Christmas movie. I mean, we have such amazing.
Sorry, we're being distracted
Sorry,
by little
girls.
animals. We love our
Go
Time out.
children.
Well, that's good.
Here, you talk all day.
Okay. We're making a feature film. It's fully funded by crowdfunding, and we haven't casted yet. There's still a lot of cast members that we want. We really want Chris, Debra, and David, but
Oh,
our
okay.
our
It's
budget.
a good way to get involved, Dave.
Just edit
Well,
that out.
the worst part is our budget is so low because we live in Peoria. It costs $400 fucking per fucking
The
ticket.
Midwest. We live in the Midwest, so
Unless if they're okay with going to Chicago and taking the trolley or
the train. It's called the train, honey.
Okay, well, I don't
Oh, that'd be
fucking know.
fun.
I'm used to Texas. Like
Well,
if you go to
you know-
Chicago, it's way cheaper. It'll be like fucking $100, and then
Well, talk to me. Talk to me.
All right, we'll talk to Debra. See, that's the thing is when you work with somebody like and
we
the cast.
really
Hang
wanted
on,
one of
honey.
these guys.
The cast of Teacher Shortage, like I literally want to work with everybody again because they were so
Exactly.
phenomenal. So it's just hard when you live in the Midwest.
The budget sucks. I mean, especially,
David, I see you,
So
David.
do they have to go to Peoria to follow you, or is there somebody else they can follow you on the internet?
Just show up in Peoria and yell.
They gotta go to Chicago and take a trolley to Peoria. That's how they follow.
Yes, Victoria. No,
You're
you
up
can
to-
follow. I'm on Facebook, Samsta83. Follow me on Facebook. I don't really do Instagram or Twitter or whatever the fuck that is. I'm more of a Facebook gal. What about you,
Do you
honey?
guys have like a couple name, like Brad, Jelena? Do you have your couple? Or are you like Sahizzle or something?
There's
Or-
4 IMDb names with my name, and they're all me. So I got over 100 credits. That's whatever.
Troy, you got somebody in the background.
Yeah, Troy, I see him.
What is that?
Someone in the house.
Hey, background guy, come on.
My roommate.
Well, I'm easy. Well,
Well,
no,
we
not
know.
like
Yeah,
that.
you are.
Oh, all right.
We're broke.
Just throwing it out there.
That's her
You
hand.
No, I
great
meant-
roommate making me drink.
I meant I'm easy to look up.
Hmm.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Debra Lamb. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as the Debra Lamb. So I mean, that's easy, right?
All right. It's like the Instagram. You find the Debra Lamb. The one and
The
only.
Debra
Troy, where
Lamb,
can we
Debra
find
Lamb,
you?
whatever.
Right.
Google me. Google me. put
Troy's
in
at the
Debra Lamb.
bar down the road from him. That's where you find Troy. What does that say? What? I can't see your cup.
I don't know. It says the
Jason?
first tee.
Oh.
That's where we filmed.
The
Oh.
first key.
Where can you follow yourself, Troy?
The library.
If you want people, I mean, if you don't want people to, it's totally fine.
No, I do.
Not
I
a
do.
prerequisite or anything.
I mean, just find me on Facebook, Troy Escamilla, and I am on Instagram as Troy ESC. I really don't use Twitter because I don't like it, but Facebook and Instagram are my two kind of go-to social media things. And you'll definitely want to stay tuned for news about hopefully my next film.
Yeah.
Which I'm motivated about because I already have a poster design for it and it's fucking kick-ass. And I cannot wait to post it, but I'm gonna
Don't tease us, Troy. I want to see.
I know, right?
Troy,
Troy,
remember,
Troy, the cool thing to
we
do
need a
is to do like
producer and cinematographer.
Troy, the cool thing to do is like 85 versions of a poster. That's the in thing now. So you want to be, you want to make a poster and then do 30 more.
Well, because you're
Troy, David's the smartest man ever.
He's wrong. You make a poster and you never make the film.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the classic move too, but
or you make a poster and
I've seen some films that should have just stayed a poster.
no. Or you make a poster and your cast change. You have like you go through 1,000 cast members, so you have to change the poster.
well, wait, when you're redefining the face of horror, you have to make concessions.
He got shit.
Oh, it's getting bad now.
And also, I'm writing a song for that movie. I've been working on a song for that.
Or you help a film
Wait,
make
wait.
its budget.
I want to hear.
And then
I want to
you
hear
drop
Chris's
out.
song.
I'm writing like a song for it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay.
Oh, I have to make it. I've got full
No,
studio.
no, improv.
No, we want it now.
Wait, Chris, are you in it still? Are you
Yeah, you gotta
actually
take
one of the
your shirt off.
survivors?
Actually, Chris, what's
Of
the
what?
answer?
We were all in it.
Oh shit.
Even
It's
Tristan.
awesome.
I don't know. I feel like we
Oh.
were all in it.
I'm talking about Troy's movie.
Oh.
I'm working. I was inspired, and so I've been working on a deadly Christmas song.
Oh, really?
Oh.
We can't wait to hear that, Chris.
Yeah. I thought I'd
But
bring the
now
subject
make
back
up
to
a
our
song.
movies.
We need you to make a song for the
Clearly, I went right to hell. So
We're gonna get in trouble here. We're gonna get in trouble.
I want to play Chris's mother in the next film.
You're not old enough.
No.
Oh, yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Nah.
You're gonna
Totally.
play my sister.
Hold on,
No,
hold on. I
I'll
got a
play your
solution.
I want to
could
play
the
his mother in the next film.
Come on.
I'll play.
Hold up. I got
I'll
it.
play your aunt then.
There you go.
Derek's off doing something. We should be worried.
Oh, he's putting a wig on, isn't he? He's coming back.
We have a few.
It's role play night.
This Thursday.
Oh God.
But you know what kills me is despite the 5,000 posters that film went through, people still contributed to the crowdfunding campaign.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
I'm lost too.
Oh my Lanta.
This is what we do on Thursday nights.
I know. We shouldn't have gone down the road. We're
Can you
professionals.
tell
Down a
me?
bad road.
Tell me.
I'll whisper it.
That's horrifying. That's a
Okay.
horrifying mess.
Whisper.
We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah. Poor Neil.
Okay.
Neil's like, no.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
back to
fine.
Teacher
You could it doesn't affect me. You could talk about
Reunion from
whatever
hell.
movie you want to talk about.
Oh, reunion from hell.
I did it. I'm controversial.
I mean,
even know what
reunion
that
from
is.
hell's okay, but don't talk about
No, it's
what's the other one?
No.
Massacre?
no.
Something massacre?
We're getting bad
I
now.
forgot.
Troy, what did you start? We're trying to be good.
Sorry,
here.
I know I didn't hear of either of them. I haven't heard of them.
Okay.
But you know what? You know what film I had heard of that's really good? It's called Echoes of Fear, and Trista Robinson is the star.
I can't wait to
Oh,
watch
yeah,
Yes,
this
heard
now.
that.
I
movie's
heard that
amazing.
too.
It's
We're gonna
so
watch
good.
that.
Thank
It's
you.
really good.
Trista, you are so quiet.
I know, right?
Those are the ones to watch.
We're rambunctious. That's why.
I know.
She's
I'm
plotting.
watching. I'm
She's
just staring at you, Trista.
Now we're just
We all
like,
kind of
they're
are.
very quiet. And everyone just
Well,
stares
know
at
what the
nice
master
meeting
movie
you
was called.
guys.
She's wrapping this up. She's just
She's
it
plotting,
was nice meeting everybody.
she's
It
plotting
really
all of
was.
our deaths right now.
Oh no. I appreciate you and your time and your talents and your kindness. Thank you.
Aw.
You're sweet. Thank you.
You are
Nice.
adorable.
Like
Red Summer Massacre. I remember. I remember. She gave them so much advice. They made so much money, and then she dropped out, and they lost it all.
No comment. It happens, right? Like, I mean, let's be professional. It happens. Sometimes artistic visions are different. So, I mean, you know, you do have to just do what's best for you, right?
She dropped out because
Yes,
she wasn't
Samantha.
being respected.
But he's doing another movie now, so.
And it will be successful.
Well, will you reprise your helicopter titties and something?
No, there was, you know what? That's the problem. There was no helicopter titties in that movie. That's why it was not successful.
Are there going to be helicopter titties in My Girlfriend the Serial Killer?
Only
yeah.
if we have
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Deborah.
Do I
Breathing
have to
fire?
do the helicopter boobies?
You need
I
to do
don't
it with
think-
me.
Okay, if we
Okay.
do it together,
Yeah.
then I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do it together.
Okay, we'll do it together. Teamwork. Alice and Sue.
God damn, Troy, your phone looked huge.
It is huge.
You were
What's a
like
phone?
doing like
Oh, wow,
this.
that's
Man.
big.
It looked
Among
like a
other
monster.
things.
Like, hey guys.
You're
That's
just
the
jealous
size of
Sue's
the
not
phone.
bigger.
I am, but check out this though. Check out this. One cinematographer to another. This looks creepier. Hey guys.
I can't.
Neil's like, yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, this is great. Thanks for having
Hi.
us.
Yeah,
When it gets to the point you're just flashing your phone into the camera.
Hey, I think we've worn out our welcome.
Oh, it's been very fun. Yeah.
Well, I want to
All
know
right,
is
well-
how the hell is it still light outside?
I actually have to go. But you know what? I had a great time with you guys. And I'm so sorry that we didn't know that it was Brink's birthday, because we could have all sang happy birthday to her and we missed out on that.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Why didn't you tell us, Neil?
Yeah,
birthday-
Neil.
Well, I knew that she had till a certain amount of
Hey!
time, and you know, then it was in.
Her
God
birthday
damn
is
it, Neil,
Monday.
and your amazing hoodie.
Her
Neil,
birthday's
you
really
Sunday.
dropped
nice
the
hoodie.
ball.
Yeah.
You dropped the
I'm
ball,
sorry.
Neil. We could have all
I'll
been singing
remember for
happy
next
birthday.
year. We'll all get back together and we'll celebrate a birthday.
Neil,
All
show
right.
us your hoodie.
My
Your
hoodie.
hoodie.
Oh,
Or
it's
whatever.
actually a shirt. But
I
Oh,
love
it's very
it.
cool. I love
we got all different
got old
people
Tim
on it.
Curry. That's the Pennywise.
It's a button shirt like David. And
Okay, take it off.
The back has a bunch of like cool guys too.
yeah, my mom bought it for me.
Got a bunch of
That's
great
pretty
characters
awesome.
on the
Yeah,
back.
we
too.
got Jason up here. It's got Pennywise, Pinhead. It's got everybody on it.
Nice.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Tim
And,
Curry.
and Chris is once again being ignored.
Chris is so
Oh.
adorable.
Oh.
It's not easy
No,
sitting there being
no.
adorable. He's exhausted.
You call him Chris, I call him the hair.
It must be so exhausting being just that cute.
It is, Deborah.
Don't I know it?
And he's like, I didn't do anything to my hair.
I used to like to remind Chris on set that this is his future. so with each day that comes.
I think we're not that far off in age, actually, though.
Oh, I wish that were true.
See, like,
All right.
Chris and I are the same age, and then we're fucking 50 years old.
See, Chris is a great actor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I had a great time.
Well,
Yep,
thank you
thank
very
you all
much.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Had a
much for
great
having
day.
us.
This is
Thank
awesome.
you for
Yeah,
having
Teacher
us.
Shortage on Amazon Prime. Go get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch
Wish
it.
you guys
Love
all the best
Yeah,
for the
buy it.
future.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And I forgot last week. Got to thank people who's been donating to the website. Mike Fink,
Yeah.
Steven Simmons, Vic Schiavone, Brian Clutter, GoGo13, Nikhil Callahan, Peggy Small, and James Lamont. Thank you guys for helping
Awesome.
support the website.
Good people.
And we're also going to give away a copy of Evil Boy. And all you have to do to enter these contests, just spread the head, which is just share the show every week. I write everyone down and throw them in this box here. And we're going to pick out a random person
Oh my God.
to win. Evil
I don't know,
Boy.
but you better not spread the head.
I'm spreading the head.
Don't spread the head.
Look at
It's
that.
only for me.
Who is it? Who is it?
Bill Whedon.
I
Oh,
love Bill
nice.
Yes, on the
Bill's
show.
the man.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bill Whedon.
Bill Wheaton
Bill
is
He
Whedon.
was in the
That's
chat
great.
earlier, too.
I
Bill
just
Any
Whedon
saw
relation to
was
Josh?
Evil Boy.
Did he spread the head?
What the hell are you doing?
I just saw a
Spread the
picture of
Troy
Bill
is
holding his
texting
coffee
Bill
mug.
Wheaton right now.
I'm telling him what's going on.
Oh, excellent.
That's
All right.
phenomenal, Neil. You were just
God
sending me a
damn it,
photo
Chris,
today
your
of him
hair.
with.
Yeah, that's a still from a video he did
Every
for the
time
website.
Chris is there.
Uh-oh.
Tell Bill Whedon we'll meet him
and
at
Bill-
Troy! I hate
Bill Wheaton.
Wild Buffalo Wings. Wild Buffalo Wings. We'll meet him there.
Buffalo
I know what he's
Wild.
saying. That's why I sent him this. Troy, fuck you.
Hey,
Fuck your message.
Troy, game on, Troy.
I think they mean the other Troy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
Bill.
I still have my
Troy,
Bill
this
Wheaton.
means a war, Troy.
That's Bill.
That's Bill Whedon. He just won himself.
Bill Wheaton.
So what did he win, Neil?
He won Evil Boy here on DVD.
Oh, nice. Good.
Nice.
Why are you
Got a
giving
young
him
Chris
the
Jehnert
finger?
playing.
I don't understand.
What?
I
Troy
don't
sent me
understand.
a picture.
Oh, Troy knows what he's
It's off
saying.
now.
Troy.
Probably
Troy
just switch it
knows.
back, but
It was
we're
a
gonna,
film he worked on that we
we're
got.
gonna go on. Sorry.
Troy
You're saying?
knows what he did.
Troy, you're a bad boy, Troy.
He pulled the
It
plug
was
on us,
it
but
was
we're
a film
done.
we worked on and we got kicked off on our wedding day. What fucking psycho kicks you off their film on their wedding day?
Hey, it's bad times here.
Sounds like
it's
a
not gonna get made.
whole other story here.
We'll have another podcast.
Reunion from hell.
We'll have another
Reunion from
podcast.
hell.
Ah,
Okay, honey.
Okay.
Never gonna be asked. This is our last podcast we're ever invited to.
Okay.
It's great seeing y'all.
All right, good to see you guys. I got one last thing to play, but you guys can leave if you want. You can
All right,
stick around,
guys.
but we've got
love you.
we got a word here
Good
from
seeing ya.
former guest on the show, Todd Farmer, who is the writer of Jason
That
X.
dude actually made
Love
it.
you, Neil. Love you, Trista.
Love you as
Love
well.
you,
Bye, guys.
Bye, Deborah. Bye, David. Bye, everybody. Bye, Chris. Bye, the hair.
Bye,
Bye,
folks.
Krista.
And
Love
Troy.
all.
Nice meeting everybody.
Bye, Troy.
Nice meeting you.
Everyone.
Thank
Deborah,
you.
always great to see you.
Yeah.
Love you
It's good to
all.
talk to you, David. I've talked to you on
David.
Facebook. It's good to see you
I
here.
love you, David. I
We see you,
love
Love
you.
you
David.
guys.
I love you, David. I love you, Troy.
And Deborah.
I love you.
Doing the-
Yeah, I love you, David.
All right, we gotta
This
go.
was a fear tonight. All right.
Man, that Tito's is really doing a wonder on that. Derek.
Don't
Good
drink much.
night.
Night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, we
Good
get it.
night.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Love
right,
you all
bye-bye.
as well.
Bye,
Bye.
Trista.
Gone. She's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
This is supposed to work a little better here. Let's see here.
Oh my God, I love the Tom Atkins shirt.
Todd Farmer. I'm here to talk to you about voting. And I know you're going to vote because you're smart and because you love our country and you love our planet and you love our children in the future and you know that there is an idiot in charge. So I need you to vote, and I know you will vote. But if you could do what I'm going to do and reach out to a couple of others, because there are a lot of people who didn't vote in the last election. There are also a lot of people who voted for an idiot in the last election. And they know it. They've seen it. 4 years, the smart ones on that side know. So I've reached out to a bunch of people I went to college with. I went to a small Christian college, grew up in a small town in Kentucky. Slowly and privately, I'm reaching out to some of them to talk to them about it. And you know what? It's worked. A lot of people who voted for Trump are going to vote for Biden this time. And a bunch of people who didn't vote last time will vote this time. So do what you can, because we got this, and we have to, because he's already out there saying if he loses, it's because we cheated. and we're not going to cheat. We're going to vote. So thanks for listening, and we're going to win this thing.